This is Roma Reacts, a series where I watch patron-submitted videos with all of you guys, and the first video is Kill the Romeo by ZEROBASONE, and this was sent in by Angel313, who says, I was debating between sending the lyrics or the performance for this song, but I chose the performance because it's good, but basically the song is about going against fate or destiny, breaking the stereotype of the classic romance and creating their own story. That's why it's called Kill the Romeo. We love turning stories on their head, right? I love romance, but I also love the idea of turning romance on its head. It's like the way I love fairy tales, but I love like the way, like say, like Dragon's Dogma turns the fairy tale concept completely on its head. Let's check it out. Let's go. Very interesting colors to start off as well. And obviously this is kind of like a live recorded performance, I suppose. It's them doing it live, but it's recorded, right? Man, they're so talented. Okay, the subtitles aren't going to help us this time around, I don't think. But then again, like we said, music is universal. Music is universal language. We know the meaning of the song, but I always feel like it's universal to see these guys dancing anyway. I think they're so talented. Look at Ji-Wong in the background. We spot him from a mile away now. I freaking love the near retirement detective aesthetic. Ones that some of these guys have. Some people have like undercover, like, okay, but this is actually a perfect pause because there's like little intricacies that you will not notice in their dance moves. And like even like the hand behind the back, like the way that their knees are moving, the way that their legs are moving, like all this stuff, like they make it look so easy, but there's so many tiny details in their dance performances. There's so many tiny things. Like, I know it's like just a hand behind the back, but again, I probably would not have noticed them putting the hand behind the back in this way because look how quick it is. It's over already. Everything is so intricate and so detailed. Oh my god, the way they move their legs. I barely have control over my legs walking. Very cool. Look at you all, look at them. Yeah, zoom in on them. They are very good. They're very talented. Like the little, I know, it's just like these, like they make it look so freaking easy. And they sound so good as well. And the word cliche was there as well. Look at you. Oh my, look at him. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Do you see this? Like, this is what I'm talking about, the little things in their dance moves. Is like, again, because they're so talented, it looks easy for them. But like, there's no way. Look at this. Look at this, like the body movement here. I'm sorry. But like, it's just so good. It's so good. I love how sometimes they're doing like something different. Like, again, we're going to be pausing a bit here, but I love how every time they're doing something different, like it's like a tiny bit different, right? Like, look, even their legs aren't in the same place. Sometimes they have like very in sync choreography, but sometimes they're all doing something slightly different. And I feel like one of the things that, like, it's almost like an Easter egg hunt as well, because it's rewarding to watch a ZEROBASONE video a second time because you get to notice what different, what different people are doing at every single moment here. Obviously my focus is sometimes on Ji-Wong a lot. That's just the truth. But I think it's like the little tiny things make their dance moves so freaking good as well. Look at this, the control of their body. The practices take. I love that. The kind of break into the chorus aspect of it as well. Ricky, find that camera, Ricky, you do it. It's just so freaking impressive. So neat. Look at these boys. It's almost like, oh man. It's so slick and so cool as well, right? It's so cool. But like, I also love how like It's always exciting watching these because you never know who's gonna get their moment next. Because I'm coming in completely blind to this stuff as well, but I never know like who's gonna be jumping in, who's gonna be singing, who's gonna get what part. So when you see like your favorite as well coming in and getting their moments as well is always really cool too. I love the aesthetic that they have going on, which to me is like some of them are like undercover like detectives, some of them are close to retirement detectives, some of them are retired detective. I love the aesthetic that they have with their outfits as well. I want to say about the vocals as well, like really really good stuff. I think that like one of the things that happens sometimes when I watch K-pop stuff is that like I think it happens like whenever K-pop becomes viral. One of the things that people will share is like, look at this dance move, which is totally fair because like there's some like it's Zero Base One, for example, like and a lot like it's one thing that's like very like common over like a lot of K-pop artists is that like they have like, from what I've seen anyway, is that they have just very like talented dancers depending on the group, obviously, but very different dancers, different builds. It's always changing every single time you see it. As we said, like I haven't seen a lot, but like we've watched like stuff like Twice and EXO and these guys, Zero Base One, and you can't really compare like every single like dance move to each other. It's very very different. But one thing that like I think that people forget about sometimes, especially online, is that a lot of these guys and gals and people are just like very talented singers, right? Their music, the stuff that comes out of their mouth, they make it seem just as easy as the stuff that like they perform as well. They're so good at this stuff. They really are. Like look at that, so good. Oh my god. They're so freaking. And then moving to that move to again, like they make it look so easy. They make it look so easy. Like moving in between each other, like that takes so much practice. Like here, that takes so much practice to get moves like that right. It takes so much practice. Are you kidding me? And like everyone see what I mean? Everyone's like sometimes doing something different, so everyone has their moments. Oh. Really good stuff. This just makes you smile. They're so talented. Very cool stuff. Very, very cool. So there's all the choreography and everything as well. But yeah, there was like that little thing there. And I know it seems like such a small thing, but like everything they do is so intricate. Everything they do is so like, and they do it with a smile in a lot of cases. Like moving in between each other, like I can't imagine like doing that normally, without dancing, without bumping into someone. I'm making myself sound very klutzy here, but even back, you see like all like everyone, like there's moments where everyone does something a little bit tiny different, like a tiny bit different from each other, right? Breaking out from like the dance group for a second. It's very cool. This is really awesome. I love this. I think it's really neat. Very, very neat stuff. Very, very, very nice stuff as well. And I think one of the things that proves to me is just like when you see it like happening all in one quick succession here is that like, and I talk about like, and I know like my defense of K-pop maybe can get annoying sometimes just because I won't shut up about it, but maybe it's not. Maybe you guys like me defending K-pop all the time. I feel like I do it a lot. Whenever I'm editing, I'm like, oh, there he goes again. But like, honestly, it's the truth, right? The way I look at it is that like, I think anyone who like judges every K-pop artist as being like either similar or the same is very silly, because again, we see in this like how different everyone even uses the same dance moves, and or either makes them their own or they turn it into something like, that's like that because of their bodies, because of the way they dance, because of like the way they smile, the way they look at the camera, everything just feels so different. And again, it's like I said, it's like an Easter egg thing with Zero Base One and K-pop in general that I found so far watching a lot of K-pop videos, is that one of the things that like I think is kind of like almost universal is like, especially when there's a lot of people dancing on the screen, going back and like looking at little things in the videos where it's like, look how this person's dancing, look, this person's dancing. While everything's different in between each thing, I think I love so much that there is that thing where like if you have a favorite in these groups, if you lock onto them throughout the video, you're going to get a completely different thing than if you lock onto someone else. And that just shows how much personality is in all of these dance moves, these videos, these songs. Really, really like fun song as well. I think what's so cool about like Zero Base One is that like they have this way about them that even if it's like a very like serious song or it's a very serious like or they have a very intense, and this is a very intense dance choreography. It's very intense. It's very bouncy. It's very fun at the same time. But a lot of the moves are like very intense, whether it be with the gun moves, the near touching each other, where their body sways towards each other's hands and stuff like this. It's very intense, but it puts a smile on my face all the time. Like I feel just like always just like enamored by these guys, and like by the end of it, I'm just like so happy that I got to see it. It is like a dopamine hit almost. I feel good. It's like you know what it feels like. Like, I know this sounds so weird to say, but like, have you ever, like your favorite chocolate bar? Do you ever eat your favorite chocolate bar and you're like, oh my God, that is just like, and it's like this, it's this instant, but like very short-lived, whoa, that feels good. And then you go, but then like with Zerobaseone, it's like, I get to have this for 4 minutes. Like, I get to have this and then it doesn't dissipate afterwards. Very, very fun stuff. Very cool. Again, love the almost retired detective aesthetic. Very, very cool stuff. Thank you so much for sending Angel. That was awesome to see. Thank you. The next video is sent in by Cosmic Kalov, and they said, a new Alien Stage song. And this is Nowhere, Vivinos, Alien Stage, Sub, Ivan, Part 1. Let's check it out. There's no subtitles in this, but... very, like, eerie start, right? A very eerie start. Yeah. You guys get that feeling too, where it is like a bit of an eerie start? Very nice bass line. I love the vocals, by the way. I love them a lot. I think that like the bass line and the starting point of the song makes it feel like it is a very like sad, because I think bass lines can be used like for a lot of like dance songs. They can be used to like, to back up a very heavy song. But in this case, I feel like the bass line is like used to kind of like add a very like almost like stuck to the ground type of feeling. It feels kind of plodding in a way, maybe. So pretty. Very pretty vocals. Like you almost get the energy of someone going through life at a much slower pace, because like it almost like they have to in a way. But yeah, like like all of that, like that's something I like, especially if you're doing something that adds to a story. We know Alien Stage has an absolutely incredible story to it. But like if you're doing something that is a story like this, it is so beneficial to have a song that like suits the aesthetic of like a character or a moment, I suppose. Like with Alien Stage, it's like I love listening to these songs, right? But I know there's always something sad close by. You know what I mean? It always feels that way with Alien Stage. There's a line there that we can definitely understand. It always happens to me, right? And like when someone's saying it always happens to me, it makes it feel like there's a repetition of like bad things happening, right? Because like rarely when people sing about like stuff, like unless you're like, trying to hype yourself up, you usually like, it always happens to me. I always get like money. I always get, this and that. If you're saying like it always happens to me, generally, like, especially with this kind of like, as you said, plodding, sad song behind it, it does feel as though like it is like this grounded like repetition in a way where like you don't want to like feel this way, but you generally are feeling this way. It could be that as well. So maybe something is happening. Yeah, I love this. The vocals are great. The vocals are great. The way that vocal went as well, with the like the way they said easy is even sounded nice. It's all, like I said, it's almost like we said the bass line, it like makes it like, again, like very grounded song. And like the vocals as well are like so like soft and sweet, but in a way that like you almost feel sympathy instantly for the person that's singing, you know what I mean? Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And like that part there as well, here, listen. That part there, right? Like there's something as well that like you can almost see someone's eyes rolling, or see someone like looking to the ground as they're singing like that, right? Like that's what I love about this, is like it's like I, even though I don't know the lyrics, even though I don't know the like, you know, the full context of everything that's happening, right? One thing that I can get from it is like, as well as if you're a good vocalist and you're a good singer, you're a good artist, and if in some cases you have like good music backing you up as well, you can understand sometimes like at least a little bit of the basis, the emotions behind something. You know, when I used to listen to music before, it was like before I had like subtitles to it, like for like music that was from a different country or had a different language behind it, like you just had to like, you know, free wing it, like, and a lot of ways you had to like related to either something you felt like, or you had to like think of like a TV show that someone would feel this way, or that would match this TV show, or something, you know, in a sort of way. And nowadays, like, we have a lot of the stuff to subtitle, but I really feel like I said like a million times, music is so universal that like even if like you can't read the subtitles, a talented singer like this with some amazing music in the background and having like a basic understanding of what the Alien Stage story is as well, like can really like make a song come to life in any language, in my opinion. Like the voice is beautiful. And look at the tooth as well, by the way. I just noticed the tooth, which is a great design choice as well. Fantastic design choice. This always happens to me. This always happens to me. Yeah, Alien Stage is a sad story. Like on the bass line, it is a sad story. The song is called Nowhere, so I wonder if it's like they're feeling like they're going towards nowhere or they don't belong anywhere. To me, it sounds like they're not going anywhere, right? It's like there's like, or they feel like they're in nothingness. Maybe it could be as well. But like the music as well is really, really good, right? It's really, really good. Like we said, like you can understand a lot of like, you can feel a lot just from like a bass line, right? You can feel a lot from the vocals, the way they're performed. Like I do appreciate someone who like could be like able to hit like a bunch of like 1,000,001 high notes, right? But you hold back because it's for the story of the song or the feeling of the song. And not that everyone has to hit a high note all the time. I'm saying more in the case of like, you know, it's a beautiful vocal range that they're using here. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed by, you know, everything that was in the song. Again, as we said, like music is universal, but like one thing that's so universal about this as well is that like you can understand a lot of feelings or feel something about this song just from listening to the song itself. It doesn't have to be this thing where it's like this huge, massive like rock opera, which like sometimes are good too. Like you're able to, again, it's a song that is meant to make you feel something and meant to make you feel for a character as well. And you know, Ivan, who is a fan favorite, I think in a lot of people's circles. But again, there's not many Alien Stage characters I don't think aren't fan favorites. But in terms of like this song here, I thought that the bass line was really fantastic at the start. I thought the actual ambiance of the song was really great because like it really made you feel like there was something. Like I said, it was like almost like it was grounded, like someone, like it was like a song that makes someone feel like they're stuck while also like looking forward to something. And the song is called Nowhere, which makes you feel like either they feel like they don't belong anywhere or they're going towards nowhere. This always happens to me. Every time I get to something, it always stops something like this as well. Again, I don't know what the actual meaning behind the song is, but like like the energy that I got from it is someone like plodding along. It feels like everything is like almost like quicksand. Everything's making them feel stuck. And generally that can be like a way some people feel as well. Like, and in this case, that's exactly what I got from it. I thought they did a great job. The vocalist did an amazing job as well. The singer for this song. Not just the music, the singer did a really good job too, because they really had like this tame, almost like how do I say it? Almost like the aesthetics are sad, right? They're sad, but I would say like the vocals themselves feel very grounded as well. They feel like they are like, moving along, quite slowly. They move up a little bit every once in a while. Da, 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 da. Like move up every single once in a while, but like they stay kind of like in the same similar place, which could add to the idea of nowhere as well. Like if they are like looking towards the nowhere, I suppose, as well. Beautiful music, as always. I think when we see these songs in the actual shows themselves, the actual Alien stage thing themselves, it always works out like so freaking well because, the animation is gorgeous, the character designs are gorgeous. But if you hear these songs just by themselves as well, I love that you're able to like, kind of make a assessment just based on how universal music is and how music itself is a language. And I thought this was really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I thought Alien Stage was over. Apparently they're making more stuff. And I cannot wait to see what exactly they make from this as well. Thank you so much for sending Cosmic Caliph. That was awesome to hear as well. Beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful song. With Ivan's tooth, it made it even better. Yubaka sent in a song. A trailer. This is a trailer for my personal project related to Genshin. I'm currently working on it. You'll be able to tell what it is once you see the video. Hope you'll enjoy it. The Cantonese of Harmony voiceover teaser. Remeria. Oh, whoa. Yubaka and I have discussed before the idea, because I want to do some voice acting eventually. I know like people have me like, okay, Calvin, slow your jets, but like I mean like maybe like so just for some amateur stuff. But Yubaka has definitely like talked about this as well with me as well, and been very kind to talk about this stuff with me as well. Let's check this out.
The story begins before the court of Fontaine, as you know it, was born. Eventually, even the court of Fontaine will be consumed.
Oh my god.
It is for that reason that I too have awoken.
Hold on.
Traveler, please, wake up.
If one ceaselessly calls out to a monster that has been blotted from memory,
Hold on.
they might yet jump out and cause trouble. It's you.
You shut your eyes and ears for another millennium?
This is so sick. This is so sick. It's like the voiceover for the Maria quest. Holy hell.
Lemurians have long ceased to exist. The world of old has passed away. This is my final warning to you.
All of Petrichor shall be buried as one.
The people of Remuria were not ordinary humans like the Fontainians. Rather, they were a new race. Their bodies were cast of stone.
I'm sorry that I'm like Yubaka, that I'm like kind of stunned here, because I actually think like this is freaking beautiful. Like excuse me, you made me cough. But like it's stunning. It's so stunning.
With ichor for blood.
This is nothing. This inverted world shall soon be righted, and I shall become the new Sebastos.
Like you guys in the comments will sometimes like compliment my voice acting. This sounds like so freaking good.
I will turn back the wheel of fate.
So that loathsome recalcitrant has yet to dissipate, has he?
My preparations are complete.
This is such a beautiful quest as well, though, isn't it?
What you imagine.
You are the sole conductor no longer.
Fontaine's existence
So
is a
freaking cool.
mistake. One we shall correct. The judgment of the surface peoples has only just begun.
My journey has reached its final destination. But yours is yet to end. Let our souls return.
I hope my silence isn't seen as I'm forgetting to react because I'm like so interested in this idea. Like this is really great.
Destination. But yours is yet to end. Let our
Like, it fits
souls
very well to
return
me.
to the present world and return to the great sea.
Why hello and thank you everyone for watching this official announcement. That's right, a full World Quest voiceover is in the works right now.
That's so cool.
There is still
That's
much
such a
work
cool
to be
idea.
done, so I cannot share a release date with you just yet. But if you want to stay updated, make sure to follow me on X or Twitter to not miss any news. Also, I am on my journey of becoming a content creator, so it would mean the world to me if you could check out my Genshin playthrough on the channel.
There you go.
And maybe decide to stick around. So, till next time, toodaloo.
100%. Yeah, like the I actually like think the actual audio for all of this is absolutely like really, really cool. It's a really, really cool idea. I don't know how many hours you're gonna spend doing this, because this is like, and you know it's a big undertaking, you bug. You know this is like a gigantic undertaking. And I guess like as well, like from my perspective, like I was stunned by like what I was hearing. I thought you did a really good job with all this stuff as well. I thought also like you gave a lot of personality to a lot of the voices that were happening there also. Yeah, like it is certainly like an incredible like piece of work, like to go through a quest and voicing it completely, especially then if someone can go back and watch it later, have a fully voiced quest as well. Like that's such a sick idea. I think like a lot of times like with like games and stuff like that, like I feel like, you know, the modern version that I say like Freedom Wars is now getting a full dub, which is really, really cool. But yeah, really, really talented. I was kind of stunned in some moments as well, just because of how good it was. But yeah, I can't wait to see what happens when that's actually, you know, all done, Yubaga. That's such a cool idea. That is such a cool idea. Like super neat. Definitely super neat. The next video is sent in by Zevi. And Zevi says, happy Genshin anniversary, Roma. Your journey has been long and plenty, but you never lost your charm from day one. Here's to many more stories, characters, secrets, and places to discover into that. That's freaking awesome. Thank you so much for saying that. That's like so sweet. You've never lost your charm from day one. That is like one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me. And yes, here is too many more stories. So the video they sent in is Lifeline, original song by Rainari and Genshin Impact. I am very, very excited to see what this is, I suppose, as well. Thank you so much for saying that, Zevi. That means the absolute world. Zevi, you're awesome too. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Let's check it out. September. What a month. Very pretty. What the hell? What are we looking here? Oh my god, look at Albedo. Are you serious? She's adorable. She's adorable. Should we have subtitles on just in case, maybe? Oh my god, look at these gals. Are you serious? Are you serious? Look at them. Oh my god, look at them. Sweethearts and 10 halves. Oh no. That is just like, so first of all, look at it. Oh my god. This is just gonna try, is this just trying to like rip my heart out? Is that what it's trying to do? Zevi's like, hey, I'm gonna make Calvin very upset today. That's what I'm gonna do. In the nicest way possible. Look at Fremine like, and then look at Kazuma. Adorable. Beautiful vocals, and Heizo as well. Oh my god, it is Aether and Levine as well. Levine, your dress is lovely. 5-1. You deserve all the fancy things in the world. Look at Zhongli's. Oh my freaking god. You see that outfit on Xiao. You see the outfit on Xiao. Suits him so freaking much. Look at it. Look at it. Like with the corset as well. Hu Tao. Okay, of course Hu Tao doing the claws on the stairs as well. Adorable. Look at these gals. Are you serious? And is that Eula? Stop. 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 I don't like. Everyone looks so good. Look at oh my god, the sisters as well with their mother. They look fabulous. They look so incredible. Man, this is like I love these type of videos that just like showcase like them in a whole different light. And there's Yoimiya. Is that Sayu? And there's Sarah as well. Who are they showing here now? What? Look at how adorable they look. You know for a fact that Xingqiu is going to make that crab bite Xiangyang. I would say put your finger right up against the claw, Xiangyang. It's good luck. You know what's going to happen. And then Furina as well. And is that Furina and Focalor? Is that what they're doing here? Ah, oh, Jesus Christ. Come on now. And of course... Hilu and Dia, look, oh my god. Did Rio take Sigewin on a little beach trip? Is that what we're looking at here for the New Year's? That Lisa always like looks fantastic. Like she always has like a great outfit, but look at this outfit. And I don't understand everyone else is there. I just thought like it was like that's Jean as well. Oh my god, and Barbara, right? And no, oh my god, Fendi. It's hard. There's so many like amazing outfits here as well. And it's talking about the moments that turn into your lifetime. Is oh my lord, it's a parallel universe where like everything is okay, everything is fine. Oh my god. And that's what the lyrics are talking about. Oh my god, husbands. It looks so good. Kale. Nah, it's just, I feel, is that Razor and Benny as well? And there's, this is just overload. Like, there's so many amazing outfits. And there's Baiju. Chi-Chi. Okay, how does Ito look so, like, composed and fancy? I'm sorry. Like, and then the long nails are really cool though. But look at Cookie. Cookie's dress is gorgeous. Oh my god, Vaughn. Stop. No, there's no, like, again, I understand it's like maybe trying to portray a world where everything is like so good and like everything is so perfect and like everyone's like, but like oh my god, it's like hurting and making me happy at the same time. It's hurt happying. All the Archons together. And yes, they would treat Furina still like an Archon. We know they would, canonically. There's Charlotte. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. With the cake as well. That was gorgeous. That was so pretty. Oh, it's over. Okay. Yeah, I'm always waiting for like credits or some stuff like that, but that was absolutely gorgeous. Incredibly stunning outfits. Like, I think what they were trying to portray here was the idea of like, you know, like you can go to a place where like everything's happy, everything's great, and that definitely is like what we're getting at here. It is like a place where everyone's still alive. All these characters, you know, that have passed away are still around. You even saw like, you know, Kaya and Diluc's dad in that song as well. No, they did such a good job with this. And again, I talk about it all the time. One of my favorite things is going back and seeing a bunch of characters I already know, but in a different light, in different outfits, in different costumes, in a more modern sense as well. I loved all the different choices. The outfits, they all suit them very much so as well. In some cases, they were like outfits that you wouldn't expect them to wear, but like if they did wear like a dress or if they did wear like a suit, that would probably be what they would wear as well. The scene at the end with like all the Archons together, I love that just because we know factually so, no matter what anyone says to you, Furina, like, you know, went through 500 years of suffering. Horrible suffering, right? And that's one of the reasons why the gods and the other Archons consider her to be still an Archon, because they don't think they could do that. They don't think that they could go through 500 years of mental anguish. And they said it so much themselves. Like, Zhongli's like, yeah, like, she did that and she's not an actual god. Like, how? How is that possible? So I love that they always, like, in these videos, they portray it exactly as it would be. The other Archons would treat her as an Archon as well. Zevi, that was absolutely beautiful. And like you saying as well, talking about the, you know, the anniversary of our playthrough, it's a perfect video for that as well, seeing all the characters together. Like in this sense, I can't believe it's been a year. And like, this is the type of video that puts it all into perspective, all the characters that I know and love. Of course, there's no Natlan characters there yet, but I think very soon there will be Natlan characters in some of these videos at the very least. Depending on, obviously, like, it takes a while to make this work, so that's why, like, you don't always, like, see, you know, you're not gonna see Natlan characters right away in some of these videos we see. But I think these videos are just absolutely stunning. They really are. Thank you so much, Zevi, for sending in. Very, very pretty. The next video is sent in by Juliana. This is an interesting analysis of the soundtrack for the Sega Genesis game Streets of Rage. That game was one of my most played of all times. I got it when I was a child, and I loved the characters, the beat-em-up playstyle, and music so well, so I felt like sharing. My history with Streets of Rage is very non-existent. I just know it is a very... someone I follow loves that game, and I'm actually like a big fan of that game as well, in terms of like from a distance, if that makes sense. Like, do you ever get like a band that you like... you don't listen to, but you respect? Like, I don't listen to like Machine Head very often. I listen to maybe a few of their songs, but I respect them so much. So if someone says you found a Machine Head, I'm like, yes. And they go, well, do you listen to their music? What's your favorite song? I'd be like, yes. For me, like, it's just one of those games that like you respect. It's like one of those games that's iconic, and it's one of those games that you know is good. Games like Yakuza wouldn't really be a thing if it wasn't for games like Streets of Rage. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. They are the modern version of beat 'em ups in a lot of ways. Let's check it out. And I know the music is amazing too. I've heard the music is absolutely fantastic.
The early 90s is often looked back on as a golden age of video game music.
Some great music in the
Breakthroughs
90s.
Home console technology meant that game composers could now harness powerful new capabilities.
Right.
Including a library of virtual instruments which could emulate real sounds. But nobody out there was confusing these chiptune orchestras for the genuine article. It would be another entire console generation before video games would even begin to be able to authentically replicate the music that inspired their soundtracks. Except there was one game that managed it almost a decade before any other could even dream of it. Streets of Rage.
Oh my god. Like, even like you look at this is one of the things I'm talking about, like respecting a game even though you don't play it. These games are aesthetically gorgeous. Like, the settings are absolutely beautiful. There's so much that goes into all these design choices as well. It's so good.
At the time, the Super Nintendo dominated the home console market in Japan, thanks in part to exclusive ports of popular arcade titles such as Final Fight. However, in America, Nintendo's crown was being threatened by a trendy newcomer named Sega.
I adore Sega,
Sega's
by the way.
coup de grace on Nintendo of America was to be their own beat-em-up game to rival the Final Fight series.
Look at this! With the music in the background, the aesthetics are beautiful.
Streets of Rage was set in the gritty punk and gang cultures of a fictional American city. Its soundtrack was entrusted to a young up-and-comer in the company named Yuzo Koshiro, originally planning a rock soundtrack to match the game's grittier vibe.
I enjoy the way they do this with the showing the the person who made it like as they are a character in the game. Very, very cool.
Koshiro changed his mind when he discovered the music that was making waves in American nightclubs.
So cool.
And recognized the potential it had on Sega's Mega Drive.
So cool.
A new genre of cutting-edge electronic dance music, which went by the name of house.
So, I love that idea. We're gonna skip it back so we can like hear the intros. I think it's such a cool idea, having the actually adapting the actual aesthetics of the game to a real world feeling as well. Because you could have had a rock song as well on this, and it would have been really cool. But like having like actual it makes it feel like you are, especially if you're growing up in the 90s in like a New York setting or something like that, or like in a big city setting in America. This probably would have like resonated with you in a lot of ways, you know?
On Sega's
Very cool.
Mega Drive, a new genre of cutting-edge electronic dance music, which went by the name of house.
So pretty.
In the post-discotheque era of the 1980s, American nightclubs relied on the new wave of mainstream synth-pop tunes to keep the dance floor packed. However, in Chicago, the very city where disco was detonated, there was one nightclub in particular that was keeping the spirit of disco alive. The Warehouse.
The Warehouse.
Weekend resident DJ Frankie Knuckles developed a signature blend of disco, funk, R&B, and imported European electro music. The Warehouse's unique style of dance music quickly gained momentum and spread across the country's nightclubs in the late 80s.
Very cool stuff, by the way. Like the aesthetics of this video are like fantastic, but I love how like they're actually like very succinctly focusing on the history of all this stuff as well.
The genre of
very easy to
house
understand.
music and birthing modern EDM as we know it.
Nice.
House music has been described as budget disco. Disco music was infamously expensive to produce. with its soulful grooves and lush orchestrations requiring teams of talented musicians and long studio recording sessions. House music attempted to recreate the 70s disco aesthetic digitally using the favorite instrument of the 80s, the synthesizer.
Such a good way of describing as well,
Danceable
right?
four-on-the-floor percussion was handled by electronic drum machines, such as the Roland TR-808 and 909. While we now know the immense cultural legacy these drum machines would leave, they were at the time commercially unsuccessful.
Insane to think about. Insane to think about when drum tracks are used in almost every single, even like sometimes they're like the timing of the drum tracks are used in like any genre now. Like you would be hard pressed to find any artist that hasn't used a drum track for something nowadays. You know what I mean?
This meant they were plentiful
Even
in
for
toy
timing.
stores, where they could be picked up for dirt cheap by budding bedroom
Crazy! Can you
producers.
imagine being alive at this
Those
time?
deep, groovy bass lines were often provided by Roland's unmistakable TB303 bass synth, the sheer prevalence of which would even spawn its own subgenre called acid house.
Acid
and
house.
The iconic horns and strings of disco could be easily emulated by the presets that came factory loaded on Yamaha's famous DX7.
That's such a
keyboard
gorgeous synthesizer.
Released in 1983, the DX7 became the single most ubiquitous instrument in popular music of the decade, thanks in part to that aforementioned preset functionality, but also thanks to its pioneering approach to audio synthesis.
Right, okay.
Prior to the DX7, old-school analog synthesizers would create their electronica through a process called subtractive synthesis, in which an audio waveform has filters applied to it to shape its dynamics and sculpt it into the desired sound. The DX7, however, produced its audio via frequency modulation synthesis, or FM synth. This is when an audio wave is augmented not with a filter, but with another audio wave.
Okay.
It creates much more complex waveforms compared to subtractive synthesis, inherently rich in harmonics, perfect for emulating the orchestrations of disco.
Okay, so they were kind of like set a little bit more now as well. This video is already 5 minutes in. The game score fanfare, I need you to understand that like your videos are very good, at least if this is what your videos are like all the time. The aesthetics of the video are very good. You explain things very well. It's very interesting. I'm gripped.
Yamaha licensed this technology and built FM synth sound chips for products including their own DX7 keyboard and partnering with Sega for their Mega Drive console.
I had a Mega Drive. Can I say as well that it makes me cry that video game box art is becoming more and more of a lost art. And not only that, but video game box aesthetics. Like, they're becoming so slick and clean, which is not what you want. I feel like, you know, even like Nintendo were holding on to that for a long time. The 3DS boxes always look very good. The Wii U boxes are so pretty. And then the Switch came along, and like, let's just be honest, it's the same with the PS4, it's the same with Xbox, it's the same with the PS5, it's the same with Xbox Series X, it's the same with the Nintendo Switch. Video game boxes now don't look good anymore. Not in terms of the actual box themselves. You know what I mean? Like, when I look at a PlayStation 2 box, and the box art that comes along with it, when I look at like stuff like the Mega Drive, or the NES, or the Game Boy boxes, PlayStation 1 cases, like, and stuff like that. Like, it's just like, even Vita cases, it's like, how pretty are these? And look at this lost art. Like, that's why, like for me, collecting games nowadays, like physical boxes, isn't as like fun for me as it used to be. Because I have like I should show you guys sometimes. I have a collection of PS2 games over here as well, like a bunch of them, and they just look so cool on the shelf. So do the Wii and the Wii U games I've collected. I don't have a lot of them though. I'm not a big collector or anything like that. But it's just like, man, like if video game boxes look like that, yeah, they take up a lot more space, but they still look so aesthetically cool. Sorry for using your video as a soapbox there, Julian. I just think that they look so cool.
This was a major point of difference
Like, look at
between
them.
the two rival game consoles, and helped to give Sega its trendier image. It was the console that could play the type of music you'd hear on the radio, or in the club.
And now it's iconic. Sega's music is like, and like Nintendo music is iconic as well, and like all this, but like this time, like, it's one of the things I do know, and like about like, and Sega has, by the way, still to this day is known for its music. All their games are still known for their music as well.
Streets of Rage proved to be the perfect opportunity for Yuzo Koshiro to experiment with a game soundtrack steeped in the music of American nightclubs
So
in
cool.
the late 80s.
So cool.
Not only did the game's American setting lend itself to Sega's popularity in that country, but the Mega Drive's FM synth chip was an important cultural touchstone to the house music which defined the clubbing scene of that era. But in order to truly achieve that authentic house sound, Koshiro had to stray from the pure FM synth of Yamaha and borrow from Roland's catalogue of
Okay.
subtractive synths. He achieved this through a unique feature of the Mega Drive sound chip not found on its DX7 cousin, pulse code modulation. PCM is the technology that enables analog sound recordings to be stored as digital audio samples. Koshiro used the Mega Drive's PCM channel to sample Roland's analog synthesizers, such as the 303 for its bass lines, as well as the 808 and 909 for their beats.
I play music myself sometimes, but like I don't, I'll be honest, I do not understand what they're saying, but like it's, again, this is why this video creator is so good, is that even though I don't understand the mechanics of this stuff, they're explaining it well enough where I, like, you understand,
Final
right?
touch of
In a lot of ways.
familiarity, Koshiro also threw in melodic references to popular club songs of the era, such as the early Chicago house anthem, Move Your Body
That's so
by Marshall
cool.
Jefferson.
I appreciate that so much.
Koshiro pulled inspiration
Sounds so good, doesn't
not
it?
only from house music, but adjacent club genres of the time as well, including synth pop, funk and hip hop, R&B, and ambient electronica. The opening track of the game takes its down-tempo drum beat and pillowy synths straight from the 1990 hit Sadness Part 1 by Enigma.
So nice. Holy hell. It's so good.
This then gives way to a section that borrows its R&B groove from the Soul to Soul song Get
I'm gonna
Alive.
turn off subtitles just for a second, just so you can see this as well.
Now what's the meaning of the line? Tell me.
So good. Oh my god. It's so good. It sounds so
The Streets of
good.
Rage soundtrack is full of these popular music references, reminiscent of a DJ sampling and remixing pop tunes into their set. Streets of Rage sounded unlike any other game of its time. It was more than just video game music. It was legitimate club music. Both VGM and EDM were music genres born out of technology, and started life as an electronic version of other genres. With the Mega Drive's FM synth, Yuzo Koshiro was able to pull together these two genres' shared history.
And it has to feel so good as well. Like, oh my god, how is this 8 minutes in? It feels so freaking good, like, hearing this type of stuff as well for me, because, like, obviously I was like alive in the 90s, but like I was definitely in like Ireland. There was not like this type of music. Like I remember like it eventually came over here. I think you know we had like American music, but like a lot of the house music you wouldn't really hear until like into the early 2000s. I feel like, at least for me. I feel like, you know, one of the biggest breakthroughs when it came to like younger music when I was like, you know, younger was the idea of like, you know, in the early 2000s was a lot of like new metal stuff as well, you know. But yeah, no, like so pretty. I love the way they take inspiration from stuff in the actual clubs themselves.
And
Such a good idea.
transcended what was possible for video game music.
And it's not even just like oh, that's such a good. It's like aesthetically, like you care about your game a lot because you want it to feel like you like, and that's why I think a lot of people when they look at games like this, like you see it all the time now online. Like I remember like I tuned into a live stream one time and they were playing Ocarina of Time, and someone was like, "Play a different game. This looks old," and you're like, can you not appreciate the music and the aesthetics and like how like everything like, you know, like comes together even though it looks old? And it's like, no, play something different. It's like, but like it's not just about the graphics. It's like it's about the aesthetic, it's about the style, it's about the art style, and it's about everything that comes together, and that still holds up to this day.
Not only did he authentically replicate
Like, dear
house
Lord.
music in a video game, he did it years before it was possible.
Yeah,
for
that's
any
such a
other
good point.
genre of music. He created a game soundtrack
Such a good
that
point.
was truly ahead of its time.
Yeah. And Sega's known for being ahead of their time.
But the story doesn't end there.
so
While the
freaking. I
first
never
Streets
used the
of
word, but
Rage
tough.
introduced authentic EDM to video games, it was its sequel that truly cemented the relationship and gave the series its musical legacy. Join me next time as we explore the worldwide impact of one of the most acclaimed game soundtracks of all time, Streets of Rage 2.
This is a perfect video essayist, by the way. And this is 3 years ago. Game Score Fanfare, you're fantastic. You did an absolutely fantastic job. This is the exact type of stuff that, like, again, like, you explain things very well. You give, beautiful examples. The video looked fantastic. I was hooked to the whole thing. You have a video here on Eyes on Me, which I know that song, but I've never actually, like, I don't know what the song sounds like. I know the song itself because, again, I've been staying away from it just because I have never played Final Fantasy VIII. But I know that this song is, like, very iconic as well. Yeah, like, absolutely great video. First of all, great video. I love the merging of aesthetics, where they kind of merge together, like, the video game soundtracks with the beauty of the actual real life music that was going on in a very similar setting. Not everything. Obviously, there wasn't, like, a lot of people fighting in the streets and stuff like this. Well, maybe, I don't know. Live your life, do what you need to do, guys. Be yourself. But, like, I feel like it's just, like, such a smart idea because, again, you could have made the soundtrack to this, as I said, just like a rock opera or something, like, really crazy like this, or some, like, and it would have sounded pretty freaking good. But mixing it with the actual aesthetics of, like, what was going on at the time in those cities is more than an amazing idea. And he said as well that that Sega was ahead of their time. Sega is known for being ahead of their time. Like, I don't think. And again, for me, I played the Mega Drive as a kid, but, like, only for a bit, because then, like, my first ever console I owned personally was like, home console was the PlayStation 2. So you imagine, like, I kind of, like, missed a lot of the stuff here as well with the Sega stuff. And I never really played Sega games again until years and years later. I think, like, I genuinely think that, like, you could say Persona, but, like, I don't count that because it only became Sega in like the past, like, decade. It's what I mean? So I don't really count that. But, like, if you look at something like Shenmue by Sega at the time, that was made by a Sega owned development team. You look at stuff like the way Yakuza has revolutionized games now and has really changed, when I say change, I mean, like, it's carved its own path. I think more than change things, it's carved its own path. It's, again, Yakuza is back when Yakuza came out on the PlayStation 2, not everyone got it. Even I didn't even know it existed. But then when I played Yakuza 0 for the first time, I remember thinking to myself, like, oh my God, this series is, like, so vastly, like, more interesting than so many games of a similar genre. Because if I play a game that has, like, an open world city, and that's the big sell sometimes, an open world city, this amazing open world city you can, like, go across and see and all this stuff, it's really, really cool. But, like, if it's not that interesting, it's like, who cares? But what Yakuza is able to do with its one town, for years it was just, like, one town. What it's able to do with, like, its short, small areas is more interesting sometimes than what they're able to do bigger areas. Shenmue still is a revolutionary game that people haven't even, like, gotten to a point where, like, it's like similar. But in terms, sorry for getting sidetracked, but in terms of the music in this as well, I think it is really fantastic. I haven't heard most of the tracks from this. I think some of the stuff I heard there, I was like, oh, I recognize that because a lot of people use it in their videos. A lot of people, like, use it because it's so iconic. I think that is a very common thing with Streets of Rage, is that Streets of Rage is a series that people tend to tend to adore, and I think it makes sense that people adore the music in Streets of Rage because it is pretty fantastic. But I didn't know that they, like, spent so much time meticulously, like, adapting it to, like, an actual music genre that was happening at the time. I think it's actually really, really cool. So yeah, thank you so much for sending in, Juliana. I hope, like, you understand that I think he's absolutely fantastic to create this creator. GameScore Fanfare is fantastic. They did such a good job with all that stuff. Thank you, Juliana. The next video was sent in by Leon. We're back on our Sonic grind, heck yeah. Anyway, here's the opening to Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was actually made by the fans of the series who have made their own fan games, and they presented a working prototype to Iizuka, and he enjoyed it a lot, and now it's an official game. I heard about Sonic Mania a while back. I remember at the time, even non-Sonic fans were like, this is one of the best, like, games, like, you could, like, play, right? Especially even in the Sonic genre, it's one of the best games you could play. So yeah, I think it absolutely is fantastic. idea to send this in because I actually haven't seen anything to do with it. Let's check it out. Sonic Mania. Sega proudly presents, by the way, in association with Christian Whitehead. Headcanon. Me. Sonic's gotten even bigger now, though, right? Because in the movies... Oh, this is really pretty aesthetic, isn't it? I know the cover of Sonic Mania, like the artwork, the yellow artwork, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think I got this in PS Plus one time, but I don't have PS Plus anymore. Such a gorgeous aesthetic. It really is. Like, look at this, so pretty. I know the characters' names as well, by the way, because they are iconic. That's Tails. Look at how pretty the aesthetic of this is. Like, and not even just the aesthetic, the art style. Like Sonic about to fall over here. Sorry for pausing you there. Like, the colors are so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, that's Tails. I know Tails. That's kind of cute, isn't it? That's very cute. Who's that? Who are they? Look how pretty this is. So pretty. The song is really cool too. And that's Knuckles. That's Knuckles. The music's so good. What the hell? I love this because I've seen, like, obviously, like, the art style of Sonic before, but, like, this is, like, a really beautiful art style as well. It's a really cool way to draw these characters. Are these the most like the three most famous characters in Sonic, would you say, guys? So is this like the announcement trailer for it? That's Dr. Eggman as well, by the way. Or Robotnik is his name. Let's make sure there's nothing at the end of this as well. I know Dr. Eggman just because, like, actually, you know what, like, is really weird? I remember, like, sometimes as a kid, the Sonic TV show Beyond Saturday Morning, I think it was like a Sonic cartoon, and I remember Dr. Eggman just from that, but, like, I never even actually watched the show, which is actually crazy. And you're probably like, why? Well, because usually, like, I the shows I watched were, like, you know, Billy and Mandy, Courage the Cowardly Dog. If it was Saturday morning, I'm watching Totally Spies. I'm watching Fillmore. I'm watching Recess. You know what I mean? Those are shows because we didn't have Disney Channel in Ireland for a long time. So we would be watching the repeats of last season's Disney Channel shows on Saturday morning, on like our own, on The Den, which is what it was called, The Den, which was the kids show that would happen every day on RTE. Radio Telefische Erin, which is a TV channel. But yeah, beautiful colors here, beautiful style. I thought the way they drew Sonic was absolutely fantastic. I think that, like, Sonic was already huge. I think people underestimate sometimes, maybe even myself, how big Sonic is. And now it's even bigger. Because, like, I, you know, have talked to, like, family members, you know, who are a lot younger, and I'm like, hey, you know, what do you think of, not that it's by 4 kids, I think just the movie has definitely made it, like, a new juggernaut for kids as well. Which is good, by the way, for any franchise that you love. Like, it really is. One of the reasons why we get so many frequent Pokemon games is because, like, every year there's millions of new Pokemon fans. Because that's the thing, every time, like, a million Pokemon fans online going, I'm not playing the next game, there's a million kids that come along and take their place, just like we did when we were younger, right? And that's what's so cool about Sonic now, and I wonder if that feels that way for you as well, Leon, and let me know if it does, and other Sonic fans. Because, like, for me, one of the most amazing things about, like, when the Astrobot won Game of the Year this year at the Game Awards, or last year, and they stood up on stage and said, like, we knew this was going to be a kid's first game. And I always think about that with video games. You know what I mean? Like, we can, like, and people can be upset that, like, you know, oh, kids play your game as well. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing whatsoever. Because, like, when I was a kid, I played Final Fantasy for the first time. You know, so, you know, Final Fantasy 16 was some kid's first Final Fantasy game. Some 8-year-old played that for the first time. And just like with Sonic Mania, that was probably some kid's first Sonic game. The Sonic movie is some kid's first introduction to Sonic, and will lead them to buy the games, lead them to buy all this stuff. It really improves the franchise by having more players. Gorgeous trailer. It looks like it was like almost like a concept trailer 7 years ago. That makes me feel old. What, 2017? Let's not. let's pretend it wasn't. Wow, 2022. Crazy stuff. Yeah, it was really beautiful, Leon. And I think that Sonic in general for me is such an unknown quantity because I always see, like, especially in these trailers people send or these videos or these openings that you've sent in before, I look at these characters and I'm like, okay, so like what does this character do? Who's the character do? But of course, like no, you know, Knuckles and Tails and all like that. Like I see memes of them all the time online as well at this stage. I think that like Knuckles even got like a very interesting voice actor as well. I think because I remember people were talking about it, so I don't know. I don't remember who it was, but people were talking about it. Very, very cool video. Thank you so much for sending, Leon. Very, very pretty. The next video is sent in by Felicious Felix. Here is my Mavuika showcase, though I added the Aurora and Zillion bit in. Read the pinned comment too when you're done. So Felix made a showcase for Mavuika, just like we have before with other characters as well, to show me their gameplay style in a non-spoiler way. Let's check it out. Very, very cool. Yeah, we had, like, and I think it's a good thing, by the way. We had a very divisive comments about like how much people liked or disliked this character design, and I always take that as a really good thing, because if people are talking about you, that's a good thing. Not always a good thing, though, is it? That's a lie, you know. But like, I still think it's like interesting to have such a divisive character design, and I think it's okay as well. You know, people can have different takes. Showcasing the walk animation, you gotta. There's the run animation. I think my perception of who these characters are is going to be fully formed once we actually see who they are, right? I think that I think it changes so much, right? Because if we were like, Navi is a cool character, but when we got to know her personality, it was like, now Navi is like one of the greatest things ever, you know? It does happen that way sometimes. Interesting. Like making a symbol with the swing of the sword here as well. So she is a heavy sword user. She also throws, like, I don't think she's throwing her blade, is she? That's such a cool thing as well. So, like, it's so beautiful. I also love the idea of, like, when most characters make the ring around their head appear. It's a really cool idea. You can just ride around on the bike. What? Like, I guess it makes sense, right? But like, I didn't expect to be able to like do like, you know, an actual riding around on the bike. That's crazy. You're probably like, why would you not expect that? I don't know, man. I guess like I didn't expect there to be a bike in the game in the first place. So I wasn't really thinking about it.
Light it up.
Very cool stuff. And you can even do combat on the bike as well, which is also a really cool thing as well. That's very cool. Making tire tracks with your moves as well. By the way, the mask, putting on the mask after the combat is really, really cool too. Very, very cool.
Rise with the sun.
Rise with the sun. Heck yeah. And there's Zillion as well. Which, again, I love Zillion and there's Auroran. I love Zillion and there's Kinich. I don't know, like, for me personally, I like the Natlan character style so far. But again, I think what makes or breaks it, like, as well for me is that, like, I feel like character designs have to match, like, personality. So we don't know what's going to happen until we get to Natlan, right? And we will be going to Natlan, you know, February. So, like, it is, like, this interesting thing of, like, I know it's weird something because a lot of people might not consider this with further. I think a lot of you do consider this, because I think a lot of times, like, you guys will say to me, like, in the comments, you're like, oh, you didn't really like this character now. But, like, Ito's a perfect example. I was like, I don't know if I'm interested in this guy. Then you get his personality and it matches his design. He looks so cool. He's so pretty. And you're like, okay, yeah, he is very cool, right? So I think it does change a lot. And you guys always reference that too. Sometimes people don't get it. Sometimes people will be like, how can you not like this character? And you're like, dude, like, I don't know them. I don't know this character yet. You know what I mean? And again, because, like, a lot of people have, like, experience with characters. Now I have like such an experience with like Navia. If I could go back to the time when we had Navia on the banner, we probably would have wished for Navia, right? But like, obviously it's so different when you get to know them. It's so different. I think Zillion's design is really cool. And maybe it's just because like I'm a sucker for like the kind of like, was it like a cheetah tail or is it a leopard tail? The roller skate, I don't know, this, like, it's so freaking neat to me. I don't know. It's a really sick character. And there's Auroran. Skinny Jeans Auroran. Oh, he's a archer. Okay. The boots are really cool as well. It does feel like it's a lot more modern with the outfits for sure. Sounds like it's almost like a target. What does the circle do, I wonder?
Not too far now.
The arm tattoo is really sick as well. Oh, putting the hood back up, very sick. Very sick. We love that. Adjusting the hood.
Rev the engines.
Ooh, okay, so like driving up places and flying with the bike, okay. Nalan is insane. Nalan is like a different world. You know what I mean? It's a different world. Nalan's crazy. Show this to like Jean, you know? The roller skating up the areas as well is so freaking neat. I tell you this much. The way she does her, like, yeah, her I think we talked about before, her, like, her combat motions and stuff like that are, like, really, really freaking cool. Like, it's always, like, again, we talk about aesthetics a lot of the time. But she is just, like, a tiger that looks like she could suplex me. She looks like she could literally lift me up, like, Bane style, and break my back, and then just, like, go to dinner afterwards. Not even thinking about me ever again. Not even thinking about me ever again. So this is a battle. I haven't done one of these boss battles in 10 years, I'll be honest. The last one I did was the child boss fight again. I fought him again to get some stuff. So we're kind of going to see like a Natlan team here, which is very cool. Insane. Insane.
Burn it down. Pyroclastic surge.
Look at the damage. You leveling these guys up here, Felix? Felix said, if they're not OP, I ain't using them. If these characters ain't good, get on the bench. If I can't make them good, there's a bench for you. Zillion legitimately like looks so, again, like looks like a partier, but looks like, again, like I said, could break my back easily. Could kill me.
Hear the echoes of the valley. Light of the blazing sun.
Yeah, the combat with the bike is insane to me as well. I don't know what it is. It's just like very, very like different. It's very different.
Are you running away?
No, we're not running away. This dinosaur thing is insane as well. Absolutely, yeah. We definitely more talented than me when it comes to combat, Felix. This is all the only reason Felix did this, by the way, is just to show. No, I'm joking. Felix was like, now look at how I play the game. Compare it to you. No, they wouldn't do that. That's just a joke. But yeah, very, very cool. Like, obviously, like I said, when we get to Natlan, these character designs are going to be made or broken by their characters. You can look as cool as heck. You can look so awesome. But if it doesn't match who your character is, or it doesn't match who your personality is, to me, it's just not as good. It's just not as good. The perfect example I would always give is we talked about Ito, we talked about Navia, how they changed when we went through personalities. But like even like with someone like Baiju, for example, who I didn't like, and I still like have like, it's not my favorite design in the world in terms of like the pants, right? But like even with that, like how much did that like my perception of that character change once we did a story quest? Like it just could change absolutely, like completely change so freaking much, like right away. And I love that. I love matching a personality to a design, right? I love that so freaking much. I really do. But yeah, in terms of the combat stuff, like again, I think it's always different between seeing and using. In seeing this stuff here, a lot of it is like Natlan combat is crazy. It's very, very different. It's very, very like a whole new step. It's almost like entering into a new world. Whether it be bike combat, using this stuff to climb up walls. We know that Kashina as well can also do that, where she can go up walls as well. It's really pretty as well. Like the combat can be really pretty for the Natlan characters also. And I honestly can't wait to again, like I said, see all these characters in motion once we get there, because then cutscenes are so different from trials and combat and all this stuff. It says on professional Mavuika showcase. I think you did a fantastic job, Felix. You showed the walking animations. You know I like walking animations. You know I love combat animations. You know I love seeing the different animations and how different they are from each other. You know you showed off the character designs very well. You showed off what they can do, what they're like in combat. And you say it's not a professional showcase, but in reality, the combat was a smaller part of it. Because you know that like I'm not combat oriented when it comes to character stuff. Like even like when I'm fighting with characters, I love them being fun, but like I'm more interested in like the animations that like Hu Tao uses than the actual damage that she does. Like I love the combat animations. I love the personalities through the combat as well. And you actually definitely showcased that very well, Felix. So thank you so much for making something that was very tailored towards me. I appreciate it so much. And that was awesome to see as well, Felix. Thank you so much. And Felix, I just want to go back, and this is a little bit later on, and check out the description there, or the pinned comment that you put there as well. So let's check this out here, because I forgot to check it. I always forget to check this stuff. Let's check this out. I decided to redo it and to keep the quality, but also end up forgetting to showcase the writing across waters, so keep that in mind. And I know the length the length of some of their abilities might not seem long, but they get more use in time. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. In Natlan. Don't worry about that whatsoever, Felix. Thank you. The next video is sent in by Scenic Season, and there's no description, but it says Tavot's best duo Furina haunted house. You're joking me. You're absolutely joking me. Let's check this out. This is gonna be amazing. Are you kidding me?
I told you, it's on me.
Oh my god, even seeing them together. Again, like I made the comment after the last reaction to the Lantern Ride that I said that there's no doubt in my mind that they're gonna make countless hours of like either fan animations or fan work, and then like people are like, it was like instantly like people were just like hooked onto it, and I love their little duo they had already.
It's my turn now.
Oh my god, the rock paper scissors
It's mine.
with the beautiful nails.
Was that Hu Tao and Furina just now?
Maybe.
I didn't know the two of them were close.
He's like happy that she has like a new friend as well, even if that new friend is absolutely crazy.
I've already told you, stop arresting outsiders when they release a flying object.
Hu Tao got
Please tell
arrested?
the guards to
No.
release them at once.
Release Hu Tao. She was in prison?
Lady Furina has ordered your release. In the future, please be mindful of the rules.
No, she can do whatever she wants.
Let's see. I should visit her next time, so I can express my gratitude properly.
She's at her house. There's no way she's at her house. Yeah.
I should probably
She's
get
in her house?
Furina.
Oh no, she's not. Okay.
Who are you? Huh? Don't tell me you forgot about me already. It's me, Hu Tao.
You met in the Lantern Ride.
77th director
Yeah.
of Ocean Funeral Parlor.
Come on. Remember the one who scared you?
Hello. I was just about to. I wanted to say thanks for saving me. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm happy to help. Oh, are you busy right now? I know. If you have time, you should definitely visit me next door.
Next door?
Huh? What was that shocked face just now? Did I end up scaring her?
I'm not sure if you mind. What I love about this though is Furina is definitely the type of introvert that I am, which is like I have no problem being social during the day, but once it hits like 5 o'clock, it's over. it's like I'm done. The door is closed. I'm like relaxing. It's done. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's always been my kind of like feelings in this. I love the way that like you always have like in Hu Tao's very much like a she lacks self-awareness in the best way possible, and that's what I love about her. I just always talk about her as being like a weird girl, and I mean that as a compliment. She's a weird girl that I adore, that I hope stays weird, right? It's one of those things where it's like if someone's like, oh my god, you're so weird, Hu Tao, I'd be like, yeah, she is. Now what? You know? I love how weird she is. I love it. No, Hu Tao. This is how Hu Tao makes friends.
My imagination. Just my imagination. That's probably just a broken nail.
Really cool animation. Really cool. Oh, well, this whole thing is animated like it's a real cutscene, so like they're doing a really fantastic job.
Get it together, Furina. You're a retired Archon after all.
The music as well. Hu Tao! Come on now! But Hu Tao thinks this is like the funniest thing in the world. Hu Tao's like, I'm making friends.
Who's there?
Very smart.
Show yourself. I have a broom, you know.
Use the other end! Oh, she calls for Nuvalet. You won't die, you won't die.
Oh, Lady Furina.
You scared me there for a second. Please help me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
My house is haunted.
Nuvalet's gonna find out in a second.
The objects that are moving are baking utensils. I don't think it means any harm. You should be fine. Just let it finish. If you'll excuse me, I'll take my leave.
Just let it finish is hilarious, by the way.
Whoa, calm down. What's wrong?
Wait.
My house,
She's
it's
fallen.
definitely haunted. Huh? Haunted? Oh, it's fine. It's just a friendly ghost. Well, you see.
No.
What? It's a
Wait.
ghost. I really
They're
need a break.
baking for her? Is that what we're getting at? No way. And look how good it looks.
What's this?
Again, Hu Tao's making
I made a
friends.
special cake with the help of my friend. Wanna eat it together? Alright, don't worry about how it looks.
It probably tastes lovely. Oh, that's so sweet as well. So sweet. Before we go any closer, I think they did a really good job of like playing up like how they would make friends. Like ultimately, is like, you know, Furina is very much like introverted nature versus Hu Tao, like, you know, kind of like, you know, almost like unknowingly and unashamedly, like, you know, trying to do something nice for someone, but also it's like the weirdest thing that you've ever seen in your life. And like in the end, it's like this mutual appreciation for each other, right? And I think that like they did the two personalities very well. Also, I think I could see them being friends, especially since like I could see Furina constantly just like getting Hu Tao to do some like, because if Furina needed anything for a performance, like, oh, Hu Tao, could you play this rock? Hu Tao would be like, ah, be the best rock you've ever seen, you know. And she would just, and if you need to stand there as a rock for 4 hours, and she'd do it. You know what I mean?
So that's why they're so close. What an inspiring story of friendship.
Hey, Nuvilette and Ether.
Oh my god, all the...
We're about to take a group
Wait, look at the
photo.
back.
Would you like to join us?
Do you see that in the back? There's like Sean Yun and Zing Show as well.
Sure.
Okay, everyone. 3, 2,
Charlotte.
1.
The animation's fantastic. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. No, like I feel like we like personalities clashing when it comes to this stuff. At least I do anyway. I love the idea of like a clash of personalities. I love the idea of two characters that haven't necessarily like, you know, like that don't have like are on opposite sides, but they have like some things that they have in common. Again, Hu Tao and Furina both love performing. They both love, and like I think the difference is as well is that like Hu Tao will perform in the middle of the street. At the drop of a hat, if you said, Hu Tao, can you give us like a rap? She would like freestyle something that doesn't sound like the best thing you've ever heard, but she'll do it in front of everybody. She does not care. You know what I mean? We see like her dancing constantly in the street, or she'd be like practicing like different things she's saying, or like she'd be moving around the place just constantly. And I love that about her. I love someone who has like, not even like no shame, but like isn't like embarrassed by stuff, I guess. Embarrassment's very normal, but I love a character who like doesn't get embarrassed by that stuff. And with Furina as well, I feel like Furina's a character who, like, nowadays, like, it's good to meet her halfway with a lot of stuff because she is, like, someone who just, like, likes a lot of, like, normal comforts now. She loves the idea of performance, and, like, she is, like, quite, like, I relate to Furina in one sense where it's, like, I love people. I love being social with people, but also I need sometimes for people to kind of meet me there, right? Where it's, like, I would love to make a bet. I would love for you to be, like, a really close friend of mine, but like I said, once it hits 5 o'clock, I'm like, I'm inside, you know. And just like Furina, I feel like I'm not trying to be like she's just like be for real. She's gone through. I'm not talking about what she's gone through, by the way. I'm talking about just in that one aspect of her personality where like I really feel like Furina is like, I'd love to be social with someone, but someone has to either invite me, someone has to like, you know, either kind of like force their way in, I suppose, like to like my life, and then I will actually love it then, you know. And I feel like that's what's happened here, and Hu Tao's a perfect person to do that as well. Very, very beautiful animated. I would think it's a cutscene itself. I really could, if I didn't know any better from the actual game. So happy we got to see it as well, seeing the season. Thank you so much for sending in, especially after I was like, yeah, like I hope they make like fan art to do with that stuff as well. Thank you so much. The next video is sent in by Aka. This one's not a music video, but a music drama, so some context for the story. Because ZeroBaseOne is a group that was formed through a competition show, many of them didn't know each other earlier. And the way they ended up together was through fans' votes. The music drama is exploring what would it be like if they never won the show and lived their lives differently with different jobs. That's so sad. Would they still be able to somehow meet each other and be together? That is a very sweet video concept. That is a gorgeous video concept. Just to say before, I'm reading up on a lot of, not reading up, sorry, I've been hearing a lot from like patrons and stuff, I guess, on like the K-pop industry and stuff, I guess, and how things are formed, how contracts work and all like this. And it's very interesting to me, but also very sad to me as well, because I'm like, man, how do you like form a bond with like such a group and then like you might not see them again? Like that terrifies me, you know, together. That terrifies me, you know what I mean? Because if I thought as a kid when like Biffy Clyro was like creating like a massive like part of my childhood, would I have thought like you know that there could be a possibility that they're not gonna be around anymore? That would depress me so bad. And imagine that's how you guys feel in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? Like that would be so sad. And as much as it's sad for everyone around that watches them, how sad must it be for them thinking about that idea? That's depressing. So this is like the audition, is it? Someone's cold. Give him a jacket right now. Oh, subtitles. What am I doing? What am I doing? Give him a jacket right now. I guess it would be chilly in the studio though, wouldn't it? Or maybe there's not actual subtitles, which is fine. Unless my subtitles are broken, because now I'm starting to think they are broken. No, they can't. They're not broken. No, they're not. They're not broken. English. They're audio. They're audio generated. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So there's not. So we just have to like get a vibe for it for sure. That's fine. So this is like the space-time continuum breaking here. I hope that it's not like something wrong with my Xbox. Can I be honest with you guys? Before I started this, my Xbox like nearly broke. I had to like factory reset it for some reason. Everything was in slow motion. Not only just like videos, but also like I tried booting up a game and it was in slow motion as well. And once I like reset it, it was like, okay. It was very strange. They're feeling a bit weird now. You can see it's like something different. There's Ricky getting his makeup done as well. Gorgeous. What? What? What is happening? Wait, and he's just like an ordinary dude? Hold on. Just, by the way, very gorgeous. Prettiest man who ever lived, I think, is probably what we're going to say. Like, this is definitely like, you know, you should never meet yourself, right? This is dangerous. So interesting to me. He's so pretty. This is so interesting to me. That's sweet. That's so sweet. Band auditions. Wait, they're in a band together? They're like a little punk band? Doing a bit of pop punk? Someone's playing basketball? Ricky, why? Like, Ricky, you're playing basketball. Actually, you know what? Like I always say, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Ricky looks like he's playing basketball, but like also like, you know, getting ready to conquer the world. Genuinely. You know what I mean? Look at this. I'm playing model basketball. Like, and maybe it's just because the jacket is so like beautiful. So pretty. There's so much emotion in that chorus. There's so much emotion in that chorus. Like it almost made me tear up like. Very pretty. Ricky, the best basketball player in the group. Are you a music teacher? That's so neat. So I'm guessing some of them probably knew each other beforehand as well. That's why they're showing this as well. Very lead singer energy here as well from this as well though. That's such a gorgeous jumper. What the heck? I need someone to like, I need to find like a channel that links all their outfits. They're so pretty. Gorgeous voices. You good in the drums? You good in the drums? Zerobaseone diehards, by the way. Did this not kill you guys? Like, this would end me. This would end me. Unless the music has like the audio, the subtitles now as well. It does not. That's fine. Man, Ricky's hair. Wait, like the transferring between like 2 times, almost the pick fall. Oh, that's a really cool idea. It's a really cool idea. Like when they're about to do like the video as well, like the pick falls on the ground. It's like going through 2 different times. Dimples. That's a bus that only stops for the prettiest man in the world, apparently. It's a new bus. It's a new bus style. Very quiet, right? Wait. What are you looking at? What are you seeing? Something doesn't feel right? No way. Oh, that's so cool. Why am I like emotional? I feel like I haven't even been with these guys for a long time, and like it feels unbelievably like emotional seeing this. Like that's like I actually have tears in my eyes. That's so pretty. That's like I actually have tears in my eyes after that as well. That's such a unbelievably beautiful concept. Especially them all ending up in the same place together as well. I loved seeing them like in like their art, like not even like ordinary positions, but like they're different, like, you know, where they would have ended up in life is such a cool concept as well. Like I can't, like, Zerobaseone fans, I need you to tell me, did this kill you guys? Did this end you? Did this make you feel like the world was like destroyed? because like for me, like it felt really, like it was also very, very pretty and all this stuff. But I think like for like a person who's been a fan of this for a long time, the idea of like this group like not being together is a very real possibility in the future, right? So I think for a lot of people, this would have been like too close to home in some ways. But I thought they did a really good job with the idea of like going between the two, the thin veil between the past and the present. Or not past and the two different dimensions. I love the moment they all got together at the end as well was such a sweet thing as well. The chorus is very strong, very emotional, even without knowing the lyrics. I think that like some of the songs for some reason here. Now I'm gonna look at this now just to see if like it is something wrong with my, because I don't want to like get it wrong at all. You know what I mean? So we have like an old song here as well. That I'm going to play in the background as I'm talking. But, no, it's just that, okay, because other videos are working, so it's just some videos. Again, the only reason I'm checking is not because I'm like, I need the subtitles. It's more just like, I hate for someone to send in a video and then I don't watch the one that has subtitles. If you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that would be something they wouldn't really like. But yeah, made me incredibly emotional. The outfits are always really, really good too. I think it's such an interesting concept because, like, as I said, but from like my perspective, like when it comes to like stuff like bands I used to love as a kid, my favorite band when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I should say, when it started my teenage years, was Biffy Clyro. Like they were like everything to me, and I can imagine that like if someone told me that like like what if Biffy Clyro never met, and it's like, well, two of them are brothers, so obviously they would have met, but it's like what if Biffy Clyro never met? Now like what if Coheed and Cambria never met? My life would be so different. My life would be changed. And like it is chance happenings, right? Like you look at Atarashi Gakko, a group that like I just got into in the past few months, for the very like punchy lyrics and over the top bouncy style. I really like imagine like what would happen if those gals never met. It would have been very strange. Very beautiful concept. Thank you very much for sending it in as well, Aka. Very much made me sad, and also like it uplifted me at the end as well. Very cool stuff. Appreciate it a lot, and appreciate you a lot for sending it in. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, for everyone sending in these K-pop stuff. I appreciate you guys so freaking much for like introducing me to something so different. Not so different in terms of like because music, as I said, is universal. It's a universal language, but so something that I just never have seen before. Thank you. Thank you. The next video is sent in by Ali, and it is the Act 2 of Starter Squad. This one's called the Caterpie Ambush, the Starter Squad. Let's check it out. Episode 4. This stuff is crazy. It gets shocking. Sometimes my mouth is just wide open, but if the Caterpie get these guys, 100% I'm in for it. Again, 13 million views 10 years ago. This was an insane time for YouTube, man. This is an insane time for YouTube. Oh my...
Yes!
Like, what are we like, I can't even pause it. What are we starting off with already?
Ah, gross. I'm not eating that.
It is
Eat
gross.
something. And I'm sure as hell not eating any more of those cubes.
What do you mean those cubes? You Pokemon love the cubes.
These were food. But we can't eat a Pokemon. Isn't that cannibalism or something? Probably. The only reason I don't eat Bulbasaur is because he tastes like old spinach. Hey, that's
He needs to be stopped.
I'm delicious. Ooh. Squirtle, you need to
Stop.
understand something.
Please stop.
Wild. If you want to survive out here, you gotta learn to toughen up. Ugh. Well, you might not be above eating insects, but some of us have standards. Right, Bulbasaur? What? I think they look cool. Ah, screw it. I'm gonna go look for berries or something. Suit yourself. More for us. You think they look cool, right, Charmander? Shut up, Bulbasaur. Seriously. Every time you talk, I can feel the intelligence draining from us.
Come on now. Leave Bulbasaur alone. So horrible. Yeah, get them. Get them.
Hey, you're awake. What's going on?
I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time, Lizard. It's high time I got the closure I deserve.
Am I supposed to know you or something?
Kill him, Adam. Perhaps
You know what you did. Yeah, you know what you did. Horrible.
You found my hat.
what? This isn't a hat, you psychopath. It's Pablo. He was my brother, and you killed him.
Please kill these guys. Please get them. Please get this Charmander.
Technically, it was self-defense.
Silence your tongue, demon. Our leader is speaking.
All right,
Destructive.
Worms, here's what's gonna happen. First, you're gonna let us down. Then you're. Oh, thank God someone finally shut
Yes,
up.
I agree.
Our kind has suffered at the hands of your reckless cruelty. Justice will be served. Justice!
What are you gonna do to us?
The lizard demon will be killed and dismembered. Then we shall wear his body parts as accessories to attract mates. I hope I get no harm. I'm gonna wear his tail on my tail so I look.
Don't stoop to their levels. You guys you do what you need to do and you go home. You go
That
home.
actually sounds kind of neat.
You will be kept alive, and our people will feast on your succulent bulb for generations to come.
Oh man, I knew I was too delicious for my own good.
Tonight the lizard dies. The time has come, brothers.
Oh, crap.
Our retribution
And Squirtle's free. Squirtle, leave. Squirtle, leave. Now's your chance.
Sucks for them.
Exactly.
Don't worry, Charmander, I'm sure Squirtle will save us. What? He wouldn't abandon us.
He should.
Plus, you're his trainer, so technically he has to protect you.
Nah.
It's the rule.
Oh, come on.
No, it's not. Leave.
But there's so many of them.
Abandon.
If you want to survive out here,
Squirtle, do not. Squirtle, do not. Squirtle, do not. Squirtle, do not.
Here goes nothing.
lower the lizard. We'll start with his head.
Whoa, wow.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset. This Charmander needs to be stopped today.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ. Oh my, stop.
Ooh, that was a close one, huh?
this is perfect. We have enemies now.
What?
That means they'll want to fight us, and when we win, we'll get more XP.
Well, yeah, but what if...
Squirtle!
Oh.
Squirtle, that was amazing!
Huh?
You took out so many of them at once.
I'm so mad.
That shell move.
I'm so
That
mad.
oven will be evolving in no time.
Huh. Yeah. That was pretty amazing, wasn't I?
Let's do it again.
Well, I might be able to.
Awesome.
You may have won this time, lizard. But I swear on my life, one day I will have my revenge.
Hey, thanks.
I
for
kind of would
watching.
like them to have their
If you
revenge
liked
now.
this
Yeah, I'm
episode,
always
feel
just
free
like...
to check out more Starter Squad on my channel, and if you
Like-
want, leave us a like. It really helps. Oh, and subscribe for more if you want to see more of these. That'd be great.
I'm always just standing there like gobsmacked whenever these videos happen because I'm just always just like, Jesus Christ. Like, what are we, like, what? Someone please stop these guys. That's always my feelings when it comes to this stuff. Because they're horrible. You know, Charmander is a horrible creature. And what they've done to these Caterpies, the Caterpies deserve to do something back. I always just see Pokemon as cute little things. Again, like I said, this is very much like 10 years ago. This was the humor that was prevalent, I think. It was like big on YouTube, as we said. It was massive, which was like, let's shock the hell out of people. Like, that was it. That was like the one of the major things about YouTube at the time as well. But yeah, like, you know, it's what I could say about it is that I'm once again losing faith in Pokemon humanity. That's what I could say about that stuff. Ali, thank you so much for sending it in. Once again, we are in a state of absolute shock when it comes to this stuff. I appreciate it, Ali. The next video is sent in by Golden Witch Beatrice, and they say... It's another Sonic video, actually. If I can get my iPad open. Do you want to open? There we go. I've fallen back into my Sonic obsession and decided to share this mini-series. It's a prequel animation created by Sega to market Sonic X Generations. I combined episode 1 and 2. Okay, let's check it out. Because we actually have not seen much Sonic beyond these videos. That's it. That's where my Sonic knowledge lies, is these videos that you guys show me. That's it. So there's a photosensitive warning. I would say skip to maybe 20 minutes from now, maybe, or maybe 15 minutes from now. I would say is probably the best idea. Sonic X Shadow. So I've heard of Shadow, of course. Shadow is the emo one, right? I used to be an emo, by the way, so that's not an insult, okay? Don't take that as an insult, Sonic fans. I was an emo. The space colony are 50 years ago, okay. So Shadow's running with a character already here. So this is just an ordinary girl running along with Shadow.
Nothing. Look.
Beautiful artwork here. Oh my god.
It's the Aurora Borealis. You can only see them from certain latitudes down there, but up here we can see the whole.
Is she okay?
Maria.
Maria, is that what he said, Maria?
Thank you.
So we can tell already that Shadow cares about this girl, obviously.
The low gravity here only keeps your condition in remission.
Oh, there's the condition.
You should know better than to exert yourself.
I know. You're right. But when it comes to the beauty of the earth, I can't help myself. I can't wait for the day when we can finally return.
I was created here. I don't know if there's a place for me on Earth.
Interesting. So the idea that like he's talking about like she wants to return to Earth, but he's wondering like if he even would belong there.
Professor Gerald made me the ultimate life form. I should be the key to all manner of medicine.
Oh Jesus.
Curing you.
Wow. I didn't expect the Sonic stories to get this deep as well.
You and Grandfather are doing your best.
That's so beautiful.
I'm just as happy to spend time with you here while you both research.
Oh no. Oh my god. I remember I was like, I didn't know there was violence in Sonic, but like not only that, but there's like these really emotional gut punching moments. The idea of someone being like, I'm the perfect creature, the perfect entity, but I can't cure you. That has to be so frustrating. So frustrating. Now we have these robots as well. Really beautiful art. Like it's gorgeous. Whoa, the music as well. Stunning.
I'll handle this.
So much more epic than I thought it would be as well.
I promise.
And it's gliding along as well. Like it's actually like a lot like the operatic tones as well, the music, like all this stuff like really like shocked me. I didn't expect it to sound like this at all. I guess we're gonna see some combat as well. Right into it, the robot didn't hesitate. This isn't right?
This is the Guardian unit.
Oh.
Prepare to be boarded.
The soldiers. They storm the Ark, destroy all evidence. But it's too soon. It's happening too quickly.
What do you mean it's happening too quickly? Did you see the future? Jesus Christ. There's so many like... Who's that? Who is that? Is that Eggman?
Professor, we must...
I did not expect any of this from Sonic. And that's not me. Like, I guess like it is underestimation a bit as well. But you know, I just didn't know what Sonic was. Like, this is crazy. So cool. But then you see Maria in the Is this like is he seeing this for real? Is this like emotion, or is this something that's like hallucinogenic or something? Whoa. Is it like a memory or like a bad dream?
That was no mere nightmare. And it all began in view of the Ark.
What the hell is that?
Could he have survived? No. That can't be. I need answers.
And he said it's no mere nightmare as well, so it felt too real. Wait, why is half the moon destroyed? What are we doing here? Interesting. Like, again, I didn't expect it to like be like so like dark, and so like for the music to be like so intense, and for the story and the symbolism to be so intense as well. Actually quite stunning, to be honest. Just didn't expect it at all. At all. And this is why, can I just say this as well? Some people will ask sometimes, like, how do you stay away from like stuff like this? Because like I see it everywhere. I'm not in internet forums. I'm not on like Reddit or anything like that. Like the only social sites I'm really on is like, you know, like maybe like sometimes Twitter or whatever. But like kind of nuts to me that like, you know, it's like there's a whole world of, nuts, but like also amazing in the same way. Like I talked about Persona 5 before, how like I didn't know anything about Persona 5 until I played it. I played other Persona games, but like I did not watch any trailers for Persona. I did not know any characters. And I think it's better for this channel, to be honest. Like to me, isn't it better for Roma Reacts and for this series and for every series I played that I go into them not even knowing basic names, not even like doing like, you know, because I think for me, if I'm watching a playthrough, like if I'm looking at it from your guys' perspective, I would prefer for the person I'm watching when a new soundtrack comes on the screen to be like, oh my God, what is this? Oh, this is so cool, you know? Or something like that. Like when I'm watching, like, or like say like I watched Kyle Bosman. I loved, he was playing a game and this soundtrack came on and he started laughing because he didn't like the song. I liked the song, but I remember like it was just a very genuine, like he hasn't heard it before, first time reaction, you know what I mean? And it really like hit me because I was like, even if I don't like his reaction to this, I love that it's the first time reaction. Now, if he had heard that song before and then started singing along, I would have been like, I still love him, but like, I kind of wish he didn't look up the music before he played the game. I kind of wish he didn't look up the characters before he played the game. I love people learning things as they go, you know? It's like one of my favorite things about Suffocus. So this is Maria again, but now it's Colony Arc. So Arc is like usually like some place to save people, right? In some way.
Tell that freak to stay away from me.
Freak? Did you do something?
Shadow? Are you alright?
Maria, I'm fine. It's just... The professor created me using alien DNA. The Black Arms, he called them. The same DNA as this larva. This ugly, heartless creature. I may look like a hedgehog, but I'm really no different than this thing.
That's an interesting idea, isn't it? Right? Again, I didn't think it was going to get this like dark and introspective. The idea that like, if this is created from the same type of DNA as you, like, how do you feel different? How can you feel different? And there it is. That's how you feel different.
Not true. You have a big heart.
Yeah.
It may be difficult for you to express it, but I know that deep down you really do care.
That's beautiful.
About me. About everyone.
This kid does not like him. Gorgeous. Look at that. So pretty.
Know that deep down you really do care. About me. About everyone. What you do is what defines you. I know you're having a hard time finding answers, but I'm certain you will one day.
This is a really gorgeous short animations here as well. But I love the idea where it's like, what makes me different from this guy? What makes me different from this? And it's like, well, the hug from Maria is an instant thing. Like, I mean, that's what the symbolism is.
Then you'll find even more people you can trust.
And now we go to the present day now. Really cool design for the robots. The Maria relationship with Maria and Shadow so far has been, they've done a really good job of this. A really good job with the relationship that they have. Because I can get it almost. Who's this? I think I've seen like a drawing of her before. She says evening handsome from like an old cartoon.
Glad to see you here.
The two of them stop at the same time. What did he say the name?
Evening, handsome. Didn't expect to
Rouge?
What are you doing here?
Just gathering some intel for Gun. I convinced Omega to be my backup. What's your story?
I need a spacecraft to reach the Ark. I have reason to believe the Black Arms have returned.
The Black Arms.
Here, this is just a supply depot. Hold that thought.
I call dibs.
These are really cool robot designs as well.
Take it out.
Music is so sick as well. Like, look at like, and the Dr. Eggman thing in the background. Like, I love the combat they've done as well. And I'm sorry just for sitting here and being like, you know, because for Sonic fans it might be insulting. Maybe you guys can let me know. Me just sitting here going, I didn't know this was a thing. Because again, I just like I didn't know what Sonic was. I only knew about from like passing stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't know they had this like aesthetic, this beautiful aesthetic with this beautiful combat, with some of this most amazing music you've heard as well. Like, I knew the music would have been good in Sonic because, again, it was a game franchise that's been around forever. Very cool stuff. But, yeah.
How about this spacecraft? I can take you to a ship, but in return, you're going to have to promise to come to Sonic's birthday party.
What?
I'll take that as a yes. Now then, interested in raiding a gun base?
Interesting. Okay, so they, like, make it... And this is, like, gameplay of the game, I guess? Man, this is why Sonic, like, it looks so... Like, people make it look easy sometimes, but I imagine that some things can be hard about it. We're gonna have to play a Sonic game eventually, right? We're gonna have to. Because this looks so sick. And, like, the backgrounds look amazing, too. It's like a medieval world? What the hell? I think, like, I know, like, people want me to play the 2D ones. Like, I just think the 3D ones look so cool. And that's not me being, like, you know, 2D shaming or anything like that. You know, like saying, like, old games aren't look good, because I love a lot of 2D games, you know what I mean? I just think like the 3D games have such like a beautiful like the backgrounds are gorgeous, and I'm really into the like I thought I clicked. Oh, wait. So this was a game that came out. I don't know if I remember this game at the time, but I think I probably would have been talked about by some people. I'd say at some stage. Yeah, like really cool stuff. Like I didn't expect it to be like that. I really didn't. And again, I'm not trying to insult Sonic, being like, you have a game that does this. That's not what I mean. It's just like really, really cool stuff that I wasn't expecting. I think that like one of the reasons why like it's hard for me sometimes to to really like, I guess, get a grasp on Sonic is because like Sonic Mania is so different from what we just see now, right? And the movie stuff that I see, the memes from the movie that I see sometimes, so different from this too. And I wonder if they're just like, when they have a different director or different creator, is it like a completely different Sonic for you guys? Does it change every single time? That's a possibility. Let me know if that's the case. But I love the music. I thought they actually did such a fantastic job of showing the relationship between Maria and Shadow. They also added in a line there that leads me to believe that him and Sonic have like some sort of rivalry of some kind. The visuals are great. The music was great. The combat in this was great as well. But the animation was gorgeous as well. There's some scenes that were actually just stunning, even in like, you know, still frames as well. Very, very, very cool things that they put on here as well. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I wasn't expecting it in the best way possible. Every time I see a new Sonic video, there's something completely different. And I think it has to be like if there's different directors directing Sonic. There's been so many Sonic games. There's more Sonic games than I've had hot dinners at this stage. And I don't have an opinion on any of them, really. I only know that like from a distance, it's been something I wanted to try out, but never like had a chance to try. But I'm kind of been saving it for the channel if we do play something Sonic as well. I kind of want to play the 3D games. That's what maybe Generations. Maybe we play Sonic X Shadow Generations. Would that be a good idea? Would that be a good idea? I understand that people want me to play the 2D games, right? I understand. I just want to play game like that, like a game like in that aesthetic where we're running around the place like that. Maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. You guys let me know as well. Thank you so much, Golden Witch Beach, for sending it in. That was awesome to see. The next video is sent in by S. Minako. I saw this video years ago when I first started Genshin. To be honest, it's one of the ones that really solidified my love for Genshin. I really hope it hasn't been sent in already. Usually, like, again, like I say this all the time, we watch on average 120 videos a month. We really do. So if something was sent in before, I might remember it like a little bit into it, but like sometimes things do get forgotten, and that's just only natural. So don't worry, even if it was sent in before, it's fine. Let's check this out. Two birds on a wire. I remember this song, but I think it's been applied to a lot of stuff. Oh my god, fitting the aesthetics of the song, the actual game, and the story so well as well, right? I'll believe. Is this trying to say like, and it's actually very like mesmerizingly beautiful as well, but like is the idea that like it's like, hey, I'll believe your story, you know what I mean? Like, and I won't let go, like meaning that like, don't worry, no matter what happens, like I'll be here. Nothing. Great vocals as well though in this song, right? Dude, why that hit very hard? That hit so hard. I believe it all again. And that's the thing, I think, like, in the end, we're going to find out, you know, the idea of them walking the same path or walking a similar path, they're going to understand each other so well by the end of all of this. It's beautiful, beautiful artwork as well. Forgive me. Will I be forgiven? Man, I'm sorry, brother. Stop. Oh my god. Yeah. But no. The blood in the face as well. Stop. The way that it's so unsettlingly, like unsettlingly beautiful as well, and then seeing this combat moment as well. Like I'm just on, it's unsettling, but like, you know what I mean? It's beautiful but unsettling at the same time. The liar aspect as well. And then the missing poster as well. It really felt like to me, and there's Venti. Oh my god, all these people are the Zhongli. Oh my god, they're going through all the freaking world as well. Is that Paimon? There's a feather or a leaf. Like when he felt Lumine at the time as well, don't go. And I really did feel that way at the time, where it was like, hey, can you can you not leave, I suppose, as well, like, you know, like, and trying to, and he's still trying to find his sister, of course, in my story, you know, like, you know, he's still trying to find Lumine, you know, obviously that's the main part of the story, will always be the main part of the story. Even if he's trying to find, you know, the secrets of the abyss, the main goal of him is to find his sister. That's why he's going from place to place, and it's tied to that now. Finding these secrets of the abyss will also help him find his sister as well. What that song said to me was like, and again, it's using a song for the, I don't know if it's an original song, but I think it's using the songs for this as well, where it's like, the idea of like watching you from the wire, it's like, and they'll never let go of that wire. I wonder if that's a feeling that they said that like, did they think that Aether will have, which is kind of like, you know, I'm going, will you come with me? Lumine's like, I have a job to do. I still have something to do. It's like, she's never going to let go of that wire. And I wonder if that's how like what they're trying to portray here. But it's also like an understanding between the two of them. It's like two birds of a feather. Even though they both struggled in different ways, look how many things that Lumine has done as the same as us along the way as well. How many times have we gone to a place that Lumine's already been there before? And then we're like, oh, wow, our journey is quite similar. People compare us to each other all the time. Dainslev as well is another example of this also. And what we have then is like a two people that can understand each other. And it's like even like that beautiful start part of the song, which is like, I will understand you. I will understand you. I think it's just such a beautiful song already. Like just on its own, but like adding with the beautiful aesthetics. The thumbnail is really pretty too. It's like an orange background. I think the orange background looks really good as well. Yeah, very, very beautiful stuff. It was unsettling with like the blood and stuff, I guess, but like it was also very, very beautiful. It just makes you feel like weird, right? It makes you feel like the story is like, I don't know, a lot more. And this is 4 years ago. Holy hell, they had a grasp on this story. The first they made this Kuro Mellet had a grasp on this story. Incredible stuff. Thank you so much for sending in, Esmanako. The next video is sent in by Andy, and it's how about a recap of sorts, numbers above the head, Genshin in a nutshell. I don't know if we've seen this. I think we've seen a video by this person before, but let's check it out. A Genshin recap. Hi chat. Hey. With the noodles? I haven't had noodles in a long time, like cup noodles. I eat noodles a lot, but I haven't had the cup noodles in a long time. They're so good. So good. Very good for like a quick snack as well when you want to just keep going for a bit. Oh, wow. Very epic. Very epic. $300, $999. Look at the box as well with ether in it as well. That's such a crazy way to portray that. Dropping your shoe. And it is kind of like from Square One, isn't it? Showing us how to do things as well. Definitely such an interesting art style. Timmy? Hey, Timmy. Oh, is that Jean? What the? Doing like a walk, like a fighting animation. There's Venti on the ground. It's like it is a very interesting way of recapping things, right? Like everything, like what is money? There's Gigi. Oh, there's Utao. Man, look at this. It's like a really funny way of like recapping the story in a very artistic way, right? So cool. Domestic Raiden Eye appeared. Actually beautiful, isn't it? Go Yummy Go. That's exactly how it happened actually. Bother. It's super effective. This is beautiful. I need this type of game. 2D Genshin would be incredible. And Nilu. This is really cool. She's doing the Olympics dance, isn't it? And there's actually like a really aesthetically cool Vaughn that they drew there, but there's like virtual reality. I would watch this TV show. Friendship. True. Very true. Very Nihida. And there's Navia! And there's all the Melazines as well. Guess who? Guess who? Melazine. Wait. Okay. Not fair. I would love to see like I would love to do a Guess Who game show. That'd be really cool. Shiori as well. Fossilor. I think this is a really like comedic way. I think like it's one of those things that like you couldn't use this as like an actual recap if you wanted to play Genshin, but it's for the players who've already played, right? That's what it's for. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. I think as well it's like you know, as I said, it's not a recap that is just for new players that haven't played the game. That would be very silly. Like you're not going to watch this as a recap of a game that you haven't played yet. But what it does show me, it kind of feels like a I guess more of a just like, hey, like if you've played this game already, you're going to find a lot of this stuff very funny. And that's what it was. Like, it was, again, the art style is kind of really pretty as well. And Vaughn, I thought the way they did Vaughn was, like, perfect. But, like, the thing is, for me, like, art is about, like, style mixed with, like, can you understand what's happening? Because a lot of times you'll see online, I think a lot of people will do the thing where it's, like, the proportions are weird and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, but, like, I don't care if an arm is longer than the other arm if it gets across the what we're going for. Like if an arm is a slightly inch longer than the other arm, it doesn't matter to me because if you get across what you're trying to portray with your art, you've succeeded so much. And that's always in the eyes of the interpreter as well. Very, very much so. Very, very cool, fun video as well. I love the kind of like recap for the fans are very much into this. It was very funny. I would love a Guess Who game myself. That'd be really, really fun. Thank you so much, Andy, for sending it in. I think that like these type of videos like always just like remind me of how much like the community cares so much about Genshin. Really, that's what it reminds me of, Andy. It really does. Thank you so much. The next video is sent in by Dodo Dan, and I'm back with a video that's very me. Dinosaurs over the decades. Let's check it out. Since the first dinosaurs described now, we get to know these creatures better by aging discovery. The video shows our procession of some dinosaurs and other animals from the Mesos they change over time. So, is this kind of the way that like that Jurassic Park like didn't get an accurate depiction of these dinosaurs in a way? Apparently, Brontosaurus. Jesus, big boy. 1870s. Look, it's becoming cuter. 1910s. Went back to being kind of scary. Very scary, big neck. 2020s, that's what it looks like now. So it's not just like our perception, it's about understanding. Okay, yeah. Megalosaurus, so this is what people thought it looked like in the 1850s. Don't think I've ever heard of Megalosaurus. That's horrifying. Let's go back. Go back. Oh, but now it's sick. Now it's really cool. 2020s is like coming in with like cool designs. 2020s is the new 90s apparently. Elastomosaurus? What? That's underwater? Keep it underwater. Keep that underwater for good. For good. Never let me see that again. That's terrifying. Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus is already cute in all the cartoons. Yeah, there it is. That's why I would think it's Stegosaurus. 1900s. Is there a new interpretation of a Stegosaurus? Again, look at this, looking so sick. The 2010s, come on 2000s, you got this. 2010s is always about making, like, they look like sick now, you know, they look really cool. Oh my god, look at this guy. Wow, that's kind of, that's terrifying, isn't it? When they have the feathers, whenever I see dinosaurs depicted with the feathers, it's really scary for me for some reason. Iguanodon? Oh my god, you look like you give wisdom to the other dinosaurs. And he looks like he accepts the wisdom. Yes, father. You know what I mean? That kind of style. Really interesting. That's so interesting. It started on all fours, went to twos, and went back to all fours. That's so interesting to me. Not all fours, in fairness. It's actually like just lower to the ground. Mosasaurus. Keep it underwater. Don't even keep it there. Now, that's kind of cute. In fairness, you can come above water. You can come above water, 2020s guy. You're kind of cute. Tyrannosaurus. Look at the big, like, bill, almost like. That's why they're so close to birds, right? Very movie-style dinosaur, right? Very bleak design, right? With the grays and stuff like that, with the red eyes. Pterodactyls. Oh my god! I would hug that. I would hug that. That's adorable. These are adorable. Is there one for the 2020s as well? No, but they're adorable. Yeah, much better than what they showed in the other one. Spinosauruses were introduced to me in Jurassic Park 3? Interesting. Like, it looks a bit like thinner, I guess, as well. Again, look, it's like they always like get like kind of like some of the 2020s ones become like really sick aesthetically, right? Oviraptor. Kind of a thing on its head with holding its egg. 1920s. Oh, these guys. They look like they could bash something open. You are so cool. Oh my god. The ones with feathers are now cute. It's kind of creepy though as well. Because if it was coming towards you, it'd probably be the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life. That was awesome. I always like love seeing the dinosaur stuff as well, just because like I think the way we like look at things from Jurassic Park is quite different from actually what it is in reality, in a lot of ways. And maybe I'm wrong with that. I could be wrong, but I from what I heard, like, cause I think even people make like Jurassic Park if it was like realistic. I think people make those type of videos all the time. So maybe that is the case. I think it's just like really cool seeing like the perception of how they change throughout the years. I think one of my favorite aspects just about that video is how like it clearly reflects maybe like a little bit of the time. Maybe I'm wrong with that Dodo Down, but also at the same time, it's like maybe it's just we learn more things as we go forward. And that's what's so cool about discoveries like this. I wonder, like, will it change again going forward? Or is it like one of those things, Dodo Down, where like we have kind of hit the peak of like dinosaur research, or are we still researching constantly? Again, I don't know this stuff, but I know you definitely know this stuff. Because for me, like, dinosaurs are so interesting to me just because, you know, they're almost like real life dragons in a way. They're like mythical in a way. Like a lot of people, like, as a kid, dinosaurs, you know, at first you're like, wow, these are the most amazing thing. How could they even exist? And someone's like, no, they exist. And you're like, what? And now they're gone back to feeling mythical in a way because, you know, it's just, they are kind of like turned into like movie stars in a way with dinosaurs, but in reality, they were real things that were like living creatures. Very, very cool seeing that. Very cool. Thank you so much, Dodo Down, for sending it in. The next video is sent in by Emerald, and it's sending in another song. It's funny seeing you guess the meaning behind it without knowing the context of the map. This is Mystery by Elena Siegman, and the lyrics are official, apparently. Let's check it out. They're only official if I say so. Very hard rock trash vibe in a way. Like trash metal. A warning carved in the figure is interesting. Where are all the names? What? So the two things that they said were a warning so far are the wind in the distance. No, it's not a warming. Sorry, like I was bopping along to the music and I misread it. So warming wind distance brings a colder morning. Morning, day, and night brings a darker light. Wait, so morning, day, and night brings a darker light. So is that saying if you dwell too much on the sad things that are happening or the bad things that are happening, it makes the light that you do get a little bit less bright. Maybe? Now they're 9. And not understanding who you are to a certain point as well is a very interesting thing as well. Is that what they're trying to say? And maybe not knowing what's in front of you? Because it said like where are all the names, so the figure they see probably like in the zombie maps as well, right? So I wonder if it's like a warning bell then. I'm trying to get a grasp on the idea of like, and as Emerald said, I don't know the map or the meaning behind it, so of course I'm just like trying to guess based on what I'm seeing here. But the idea of who is this I'm looking for, or what will I see beyond all these doors, right? What would I believe beyond all these doors? So it's like once I even open the doors, like once I get past these doors, like will I even like believe what I see? Like is this going to be something I know? Right, show me something I know so like the mystery can be gone? Interesting. And who are you behind this door? So when I open the door, like, who is this person? Is it gonna be someone I recognize? Jesus! So it's even questioning, like, what am I even doing here? Like, what's the point? What? By the way, I want to, like, the lyrics are just like so, like, they're catching me off guard. So, like, sorry if I'm like not as, like, you know, crazy listening to the music as I should be. The music is cool. It is cool. What? Cool riff at the end as well. So it sounds like they're like they're in a space where they don't know exactly who they are, but they don't exactly know what's in front of them. They talk about opening doors to find like what's going to be on the other side of the doors. What is that? Why are there no names? So I wonder if it's a case where, like, if this is a zombies map, right? I wonder if it is a case where they're kind of like, what is this world? Where's the meaning behind this? Is there is there a meaning behind this? And if I get past this, will I find the mystery behind this? Show me something I know. I need something to, like, get me back into that mindset. But then they also said they wanted to find themselves to be a mystery. They wanted to be their mystery. So I wonder if it's like they want to join up with their mystery, so it's no longer a mystery, right? They understand then, I suppose you could say. Interesting. I'm very like I'm very, very, like, interested in knowing, like, the meaning from you, Emerald, or if there is a meaning behind this that I'm missing for sure. Please let me know. Yeah. It's a cool riff as well, cool vocals as well. I can imagine if you're fighting zombies, this is also, like, a really cool song to have in the background as well. One of my favorite things about, like, music that, like, you can, like, then, you know, afterwards is like a metal song, like, because we don't have a lot anymore when it comes to, like, metal songs in video games, so it's really cool to still have some, like, thrash metal or metalcore songs in a game. I remember, you know, playing Brutal Legend and having all those songs in it as well, which is really cool. But yeah, thank you, Emma, for sending in. Sorry if I don't really understand, but I think you like me trying to, like, guess it anyway, so that's a good thing, right? So yeah, that was really cool. Really cool. The next video sent in by What's Your Damage, and it's good day to you, Romer. Good day to you, What's Your Damage. Here's a compilation of assorted Korean girl group funny moments. I hope you giggle even if you don't know them. Tee-hee. We love a tee-hee, What's Your Damage. We love a tee-hee. Let's check it out. So, Girl Moments That Never Get Old by K-Pops and Prayers. Let's check it out. Is there English? I wonder if I can change it to English. Sometimes my Xbox changes to yeah, it changes to German for some reason. Blackpink at Buckingham Palace.
Inspiring to see Korea's younger generation.
But yes, don't listen. You're better than him.
Jisoo, Lisa, and Rose.
Because he got the names wrong. Now I've definitely heard of Blackpink, by the way. Like whoever it's impossible not to hear Blackpink. Rest. Height. It could have been height. What, they're introducing themselves? The editing of this stuff is always crazy. I remember I used to see edits for like, I think someone did like a Super Nanny edit one time and they did it in this style and I was like, this is so funny. It's instantly like so funny to me. Lesbians love Luna. Me. You gotta appreciate it. You eating the ice? You gotta, I don't know, that's adorable. That's endearing. That's endearing. Yeji with 6 shots in. That shirt, the pink shirt, is so nice. The pink t-shirt. So freaking cool. So cool. This is my jam. Wait, what? She went live just to eat her ice cream? No way, that's so freaking fun. But these gals like are definitely a vibe. Beautiful hair, by the way. But then again, that, you know, we had come across that so much. That's so, no, that's iconic. I'm sorry, but starting ice cream just to eat, you started live just to eat your ice cream. That's, people are leaving because you won't talk. No, amazing. New Jean's hilarious dinosaur debate.
You said that dinosaurs were the first thing to pop out on this earth.
Her hair looks like a dinosaur.
I have been through a lot of science books and not a single one said that dinosaurs were the first animal. I have gone through so many videos. What videos? What like Jurassic Park?
I love banter. I love a good banter between friends. It's always funny.
You have to add the loop from somewhere. And the only thing that the root is dinosaurs. Dinosaurs have many, many, many different species.
Wasn't there before dinosaurs there was like gigantic insects on the earth as well?
골반까지를 다리 하나로 친단 말이에요. 근데 골반의 엉덩이 한쪽에 있잖아. 그러니까 이렇게가 하나, 이렇게가 하나.
You wait, what?
양말에서도 두 짝이 있어요. 근데 아래서도 혹시 안 써보시나요? 보이시나요? 아니죠. 엉덩이는 하나에 티마니.
제 엉덩이는 두 개예요. 두 개죠. 말이 안 된다. 근데 웃긴 게 보면은
One thing is the whole butt, right? One thing is the whole butt.
아니죠. 엉덩이는 하나에 티마니.
제 엉덩이는 두 개예요. 두 개죠. 말이 안 된다. 근데 웃긴 게 보면은 엉덩이. 엉이에요. 말 그대로 속옷은 가운데를 가리기 위한 거죠.
Underwear is only for covering the middle.
또 이렇게 미니언이 고향에서 골든디
Is this a freaking fairy? Is this like a mythical being? The radiant light that comes off this girl's energy was a Yushi? Like what the hell? Look at this.
이렇게 미니언이 고향에서 골든디
I feel like I'm safe.
골든디스크에서 저희 이렇게 좋은 상 주셔서 너무 감사드리고 네가 말씀해
Red velvet even inspired ice cream. I think we've seen red velvet before, possibly. I think I have. Yeah, I think I definitely have.
진짜 오랜만에 먹는다. 맨날 먹거든요. 이거 냉장고에 얼마나 있었어?
The way they both stopped at the same time.
이거 진짜 저 봉지.
No.
친구 처음 냈지. 연도실에 있었는데 뭐? 야 아이스크림 맛있어. 진짜 냉장.
Ice cream isn't ice cream. I thought it was a sandwich for a second. No, like if it's ice cream, it's in the freezer. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be grand. Don't take my advice though, guys, okay?
Oh my god, stress. Oh my god.
Momo NPC moment. No, I think like as like you said, like you don't like you were like probably thinking like will Calvin even get some of this stuff? I think that like what I love about this, it's the same. I watch like funny moments from bands that I like as well, and like I think that those type of things like are always very fun because like it gives you like an insight into people's lives, or like not even people's lives, like personal lives, but like their banter, their fun behind the scenes. It's always really nice as well to see the type of stuff. So I totally get it. Like I get it 100%. Like and it's even if you don't know the groups, it's always nice to see this stuff.
Speak Spanish. 안에 깎아낼 꿀로.
Poop in the You asked for Miju posing for the cameras. Yes. No, maximize your minutes. I say this all the time. Yes, maximize your minutes. You're on camera, maximize them. Maximize everything you have. If there's a camera there, maximize it. If I had that nice hair, I'd be posing every 2 seconds. No, freaking hell. So smart. Maximize the minutes. The main character. Yeah, no, maximize them.
궁금하다. 어때? 왔어? 왜? 어머, 내 손가락 왜 이래?
Oh, wow. Oh. Wait. Do I know? Oh, maybe I do get it or don't get it. Maybe someone could explain it fully, but yeah.
It's your girl HO. What you know about that?
Because at first I was like, whoa, because I thought like it was like, I thought what they're talking about was just like how cool it was that like that changes your, like if you know, it like changes how your fingers move. But I don't know if like what they're exactly trying to say about that. But they said everyone gets it right away and then they had the rock thing. So I'm guessing it's something that's a lot deeper. Or not a lot deeper, but there's something very like funny going on there that's a bit sus, I guess.
Let me introduce you to Ma.
Oh no! No. You know what? It was graceful. It was graceful. Is someone sleeping there? Oh no. Now I feel bad. Off the hard floor as well. Michael Jackson singing. JYP Nation? I do love that like a lot of this stuff, like I feel like in like years ago this would have been seen as someone making fun of someone, but like it actually is like a lot of care and people do like they put so much care into like the love for their band, I think. That two girls in class is true. They have the same chair as me. You're just singing feels special the right way. I've heard this song. Right in the camera. Get in the camera, girl. I've heard the song. Yuki's phone flying. Wait, no, she doesn't throw out the window, no? Directly up as well. Oh no, that she is flying. Gio's meme face. Every girl in this video just has like hair to be jealous of. What the hell, Uni?
Oh my gosh, what the heck,
Queen of math? Not me anyway.
It's between 50 and 70.
Never me. Never me.
85.
You could never find me doing that.
수아야, 이거 봐봐.
Who's wait, she has a child? Yeah, don't put your child on stage unless it's asked for, please. She's very sweet to do that though, by the way. Very, very sweet. That shows a lot of care. Became a ballerina? What? And at the end, it's usually like when they say, when someone, I remember like that was always the thing was like Stan, this thing, Stan like this group, whatever. But yeah, I think what's like universally funny about this stuff is that like obviously like for me like knowing them better would obviously make everything like so much funnier as well. But I think what's universally nice about watching this stuff is that like it's always like I could watch this stuff no problem by myself. I could watch any of these things by myself, because it's even if I don't know the group, it's still very like uplifting. It's fun. It's comforting in a way as well. Like watching like some very comedic moments from groups and artists and stuff like this. It also like I feel like these videos, even though like they're very out there and crazy, it humanizes like a lot of like big celebrities as well. Because like in this, you get to see like some of the moments where they're at their like most human. I think where like they're falling about the place. They're like eating ice cream. They're doing something like really really like iconically relatable. All of this stuff like really works in that context, and I think it's actually amazing like that people make these videos. And obviously like as well, it's just for fun. It's just a bit of fun. Like I said, years and years ago, if you did something like this, you'd be like making fun of the artists, but these are genuinely to like celebrate them and celebrate their funny moments and show their personalities, and I think it's such a good idea as well. There's like some references I won't get. There's some things I will like obviously like just have to get not understand when it comes to these groups, but I think it just showed like all like some of these singers I definitely would like be like, oh yeah, they're sweet, they have like very funny moments together, they're very relatable in a lot of ways, and the video just like turned everything up to 14 as well, which is like a really cool thing as well. Yeah, I think like it's interesting because like I feel like I see a lot more nowadays about boy K-pop groups that I think as well, but like there's nothing like for me. It's more just like I knew about the only K-pop groups I really knew about were Shine, BTS. I think I heard of Red Velvet and Blackpink. Of course, Blackpink was like, I don't know if they still are. You guys can let me know, but I know BTS and Blackpink. You could not, if you didn't know about them, you probably never were like on any aspect of the internet. You're probably very much an offline queen. You know what I mean? And that's probably the way I look at it anyway, because they're like, two of the ones, like my first ever time listening to K-pop was like a BTS song. I think it was, I heard like, maybe, I think I saw like Fake Love or something. No, it's really difficult to remember because like, I never really listened to it. It was always just in passing. Yeah. I'm not saying, by the way, they're all just, every time I say this, I have to make it clear because I know it's freaking annoying to be like, when you're talking about like, one K-pop group and someone goes, well, I know about this one. I'm just trying to share with you all like, the extent of my knowledge about like everything outside of ZEROBASONE and all this stuff and where I started. Like I do not like, and I've grown to dislike, and you even see me and people like, you can even say I've been defending K-pop like crazy lately. I do not like when people are like, oh, do you like ZEROBASONE? Like it'd be like if someone said like, hey, do you like ZEROBASONE? And then your friend going, oh, is that like BTS? And you're like, I mean, it's a K-pop group, but they're very different, Do you like Blackpink? Oh, is that like Red Velvet? You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. I was just trying to show my own history, I guess, with K-pop. But yeah, it's very, very fun. Very fun, What's Your Damage. Thank you so much for sending it in. Very cool. Very just fun. Very fun to watch. I feel very comfortable right now, if that makes sense. The next video is sent in by Alligator. It's his birthday today. We're sending in Do Kyung-soo, or Dio, is one of the members of EXO and was my first K-pop bias, and still my favorite. He just made his own company releasing great solo work. This song, Popcorn, is my favorite K-pop song of 2024. So this is a song that is a solo artist that came from EXO, which you've been seeing a bit more of. I think Alligator, you sent in something last week as well that was from solo artists as well, which is very, very cool. I love learning more about this all this K-pop stuff. Rome Reacts is like becoming more and more musically inclined, and I actually really like it a lot. It's almost a music show now. It's actually really cool. Let's check this out. Look at the color aesthetics right away. Like right away. So cool. I'm sorry, any man who wears pajamas to bed is adorable. It's so adorable. He is very handsome though, isn't he? Very handsome. And it's a beautiful room. No, so not usually nervous? Oh my god, his pajama shorts. That is adorable. You adorable creature, you. This This room is beautiful. Sorry. Okay, let's skip. I'm sorry. The aesthetics of this video are so good. Wow. Like Cozy His Ring, yeah. Oh, and this is relatable. With the dance moves as well. All the popcorn everywhere. Okay, yeah, put on the suit. Oh, you look. Oh my god, look. You already look like you're ready for 10 meetings. Oh, okay. First of all, he's adorable. Second of all, the idea of the song, I guess, is that the idea it's like, hey, like, I was kind of like the popcorn kernel, and then like I popped, and that's when my heart started fluttering when I met you. In this sense, I suppose. Very adorable. This is like incredibly sweet. Making such a sweet. Look at the outfit. Look at this. It's so simple. Maybe it's just because they're beautiful sometimes. That's why it works out. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of people couldn't pull off like just a bright orange jumper that says Venice on it. Are you making popcorn right now? Wow. And it's like the video is like something that's so normal, right? Like it's the idea of something being so normal, but like, and I feel like that's what works because the song is like describing like a very normal thing like popcorn, but like attributing it to like something that like we can all understand, which is the idea of like, you know, feeling a little bit numb, and then you meet someone who like changes all that. But even the video itself, like I think almost intentionally so, doesn't match the energy of the song itself. It's very like high energy, and it is kind of like maybe in a way like the song singing about how like numb they were and how the popcorn like it felt like they were popping popcorn, and maybe in the video as well it's like them dancing is like how like they're made to feel by this person as well, because like it's very high energy for like a very like somber song in some ways, right? For a very like this guy is adorable. What are you gonna do? So it's meant to be a bit like off the wall as well, which I think is very like a bit dorky in a good way. Would that be right, Alligator? A bit dorky, but like in the cutest way possible. Which, by the way, love is not cool. I need people to understand this. Love is not cool. It is dorky. It is weird. It is awkward. It always has been. The video aesthetics are so freaking cool. It's just a smile. Why not? I'm happy every single day. Oh, the bed is popcorn too. Oh, wow. See, I actually think I'm a bit wrong when I said the video didn't I think just the dance moves are very high energy for the song. Like, but I think again, like I was saying, that was like how he's made to feel when he's around this girl. But I feel like also like the kind of like there's parts of this like fit the song so well. With like how he's laying into the popcorn, even here like feeling the breeze and seeing the popcorn around him. Like the popcorn is an analogy for how he feels. It's supposed to be a strange analogy, and also like it's supposed to like look a bit weird from people on the outside because he can understand it, I suppose as well. I think everything's intentional, like, you know what I mean? It's actually very sweet. Like going to sleep happy as well. This is a very sweet aesthetic. This is how you make this is how you make him feel. This is how you make him feel. Also the colors of the video as well. Before we get into anything else, like look at this. Very like popcorn themed colors, right? I just noticed that as well. Like everything like feels very like popcorn themed. Very beautifully aesthetically video. Like aesthetically, the video is absolutely beautiful as well. Company, so this is his own company. So when it comes to this video itself, the actual thing, like, yeah, I said aesthetically beautiful video, really, really cool to look at. But I think also as well as just like the song was actually very, very sweet as well. And I think it is like what I was saying, it's trying to portray a story of someone who like now every day is just happy. And I think that's, and but also like the song is like, and that's what I was saying with like, not, I didn't mean it as like there was a disconnect. I meant it like it was connecting, but it was different. Like this song felt like it was someone who's like very like slowly explaining like this is how, not slowly, but very like, you know, in a very almost like fluttering way of how like this is how I feel, right? But then I guess as well, the video as well was like showing him dancing, showing him happy. It's the stuff you do when you do fall in love, right? And in the popcorn popping all around him, like it's a very normal feeling to him because he's describing that to everyone. This is how I feel. Whereas at the same time, it's like everyone around you is going to be like, okay, dude, okay. And I feel like that they got that across very well in this video also. I love the analogy. I actually do. I love and like the analogy of putting something very normal into something that is, you know, that is very deep in a lot of ways too. Yeah, the video looked fantastic. The song was actually like really, really sweet. I'm trying hard to put into words what I'm trying to say. Maybe Alligator might be able to like put it into better words for me. But like the way I look at it is like it was, the video is like definitely him, like how you feel when you are in love, you know, that feeling of like dancing around, even when you're hoovering, you're dancing around, going to sleep happy, all this stuff. And obviously that can change in the future, but it's really cool to see that in like real time here as well. A very sweet video, a very adorable man right here as well. Love the pajamas, great vocals as well, just really good vocals. And I thought they presented everything really, really well. Thank you so much, Alligator, for sending this in. Very, very, very nice stuff. I wonder as well, like, how are they received? And that's a question I'd ask you, Alligator, as well. How is it received every time an artist does their own solo stuff? Is this something that they're very happy? Is there some people that are upset that they're no longer part of a group? Maybe they are still part of a group, but they're like just splintered off a little bit. That's something you probably would know better than I, and anyone can explain that. That'd be really good to know as well, because I'm very curious about that. Thank you, Alligator. The next video is sent in by, let's see here now, I believe it's Visus. Kuva Visus, let's see. Visus, yes. And it is, Sethos is my favorite character, one I relate to, enjoy playing, so I'm so happy he left an impression on you. I spliced together a video of a demo and some voice lines about him. I hope the quality isn't too bad. I'll just let you know this right now. Yeah, he did speak to me a lot just because he's a character that like did a 180 for me where I was like terrified of him, but then I became absolutely like, I had so much admiration for him towards the end of it. So let's check this out. Voice lines, demo, and about.
Questions? You've come to the right person. On the off chance I don't have the answers, I can ask around and help you find out.
Sethos.
Great aim.
Pretty interesting guy. He's like a distant cousin of Sinos.
Oh, distant cousins. We have a full we were wondering what the relation was, right? So he's like a distant cousin.
When he talks, it's like, oh, I don't know, like a little puppy, yes?
Okay. Describing as a puppy.
Some of my elders say I'm difficult to control, like a wild animal. But don't you think it's kind of an issue that they want to control how other people think in the first place?
The music is very cool. The way it stopped there as well, very cool. But yeah, again, all the demos are very interesting as well. So cool.
Reliance on ancient wisdom can make you forget the strength that you and your companions already have.
That's so fitting to his story as well. The idea of a reliance on like faith and stuff like this. Very cool combat as well. Again, we have Sethos as a character as well, so that's always like an interesting thing too, that we could use him at any point. So many characters have to level up now as well. I love the way he said like the reliance on faith, by the way, is such a cool, like, yeah, it's, or your like on the past almost, like, what was the exact line he used? The reliance on the gods, was it?
Sometimes an over-reliance on ancient wisdom.
Ancient wisdom, yeah.
The strength that you and your companions already have.
Yeah, and I think that's so him. It's like that's what he's trying to find for himself, is that he doesn't have to rely on like the ancient wisdom anymore.
Behind you. Don't mention it. I'll protect you. Or you can protect me.
Whatever works.
Yeah, Sethos, very interesting character. Again, I don't think we're gonna be using him anytime soon, just because I have so many characters I'm leveling up, and I'm still in the process of leveling up characters right now.
Hello. I'm Sethos. What can I do for you? Actually...
So this original video was someone else's video? By Azure Max, I think it is.
You know what? This seems like more of a sit-down conversation. Come with me. I know a good place. Some of my elders say I'm difficult to control, like a wild animal. I actually don't disagree with that, but don't you think it's kind of an issue that they want to control how other people think in the first place?
You tell them.
To be honest, being a leader is a little stressful, especially in the Temple of Silence. But after all the years I spent with Grandfather, I'm at least clear in my own mind about the areas where I cannot compromise. After the Rite of Duels, and having been given the chance to make so many new friends, I now know the direction I want to take the Temple of Silence.
That's amazing.
From here on out.
That's amazing.
Don't worry, I won't mess it up. Lighting a bonfire and
I think the reason why that's so amazing to me is just because the we went from a very combative relationship to very, very slowly becoming close friends, and now he sees the new friends that he's gotten as a way of, like, you know, they're going to show him a better way to, like, to move forward, and this new generation is going to really help the Temple of Silence a lot.
night keeps you warm and keeps wild animals away. To me, you're just like a bonfire. Too abstract. All right. Let me put it more directly. I think of you as a good friend. I saw those two at the tavern once, and another time at the cafe.
About the, oh my god.
Actually, I think I saw them once at the Grand Bazaar too. The architect guy, he's always talking in a hushed tone. I guess he doesn't want people to hear, but yeah, okay, it's not like I purposely listen in. It's just something about those two guys hanging out together. You just can't look away. Who is that
Same.
guy?
Same. Sorry, same. Exactly the same.
A foreign exchange student or something? He has a pretty incredible hat.
Yes,
Never
he
seen
does.
anything like it. I tried to get a closer look once, but then I blinked and he was gone. Shame. I won't let him get away next time, though. I also hear he has some pretty interesting ideas. Gotta have a chat with him sometime. Flame name. Everyone in the desert knows that name. The Eremites aren't exactly
I love this as well that
saints,
he's just like describing these
no,
characters. Sorry, I'll skip it back there even before Vaughn. But like I love the way he's like,
look once, but then I blinked and he was gone.
yeah, that's definitely him.
Shame. I won't let him get away next time, though. I also hear he has some pretty interesting ideas. Gotta have a chat with him.
But he just wants to have a conversation. He wants to learn more. He wants to grow more. That's Sethos now. Talking with Diha.
Everyone in the desert knows that name. The Eremites aren't exactly saints, as I'm sure you know.
Yes.
Dia's one of the few solid and dependable ones.
She's
out there.
fantastic.
If you ever want to explore the Great Red Sand, Dia's the second best guide you could ask for.
Who's first?
First best being me.
That's very funny.
Have you ever experienced Candace's hospitality? She cooks very generous portions. Even I could barely finish. So long as you're on the receiving end of her hospitality and not her wrath, you'll live a long and happy life. It's so rare.
I love the way like he's like it's like getting to know all these characters well. Like, you know, Farzan, who describes him as like an animal sometimes too, but in a good way.
More chummy than me. One minute I was taking a stroll near the academia. The next minute she'd taken me on as a student.
Oh my
Was
god.
insisting on giving me a tour. She gave me a real fright because she said that if I joined her avatar, I'd get the 20 tongues language learning package, mastery of all 100% guaranteed. I asked around, and it seems like that's just an in-joke among academia students. There is no 20 language graduation requirement after all. But I don't get it. How is that funny? It's only gonna put people off studying there.
Now you get it. Now you get it,
Can't stay
Sethos.
still for more than a few minutes. But Zubair Theater is one place I don't mind just standing and watching while Nilu dances on the stage. It's a rare skill to be able to bring people such a sense of peace. Sino is truly outstanding.
Oh.
Absolutely a worthy heir to Hermanubis' power. As General Mahamatra, he has the utmost reverence for knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah.
If the Academia and the Temple of Silence do start working together again, I'll take comfort in the fact that he's there.
That's such a beautiful way.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And another great thing about Sino, you know the way he talks?
Yeah.
It's just so
It's funny.
Tainari's made
He's
of
a very funny
strong
guy.
Stuff. I only found out after the fact that he doesn't cope well with the desert climate.
Never would have guessed.
Yeah,
from
he
how
did a really good
performed
job
in
there.
the duels.
During the no, he did fantastic because Yuji is so like, and I'm glad it's Sethos. I'm learning now from all his voice lines. He's very observant. He wants to learn more. He wants to get to know people more. As soon as he got outside his fate, it's very clear he wants to know people more, and I think that's a really cool thing. But yes, Tighnari did so well with that stuff.
I was also surprised when he sent me a letter inviting me to visit Gandaraville, saying it would be a good chance to meet some of Sino's friends. Are those guys always such a hoot with their jokes? Dinner with them must be hilarious. I can't wait.
Sethos has a strong sense of
Oh,
responsibility.
about Sethos.
I have the utmost respect for his skill as a warrior.
Okay, very cool.
And I admire his courage. He's also been a great help to me personally, and I'm sure that cooperation between the Academia and the Temple of Silence will go very smoothly with him leading the temple. Nevertheless, he does have one flaw. He doesn't play nearly enough Genius and Vocation TCG for my liking. Every time I invite him to play, he's either busy with work, about to go out for a meal,
Sethos, what the heck?
or has existing plans with other friends.
Ask him who the other friends are. Yes, exactly.
All of them.
Exactly.
Are we not his best friends in all of Sumeru City?
What makes you think I know him?
Oh, this Vaughn lines as well. That's so funny. Side was just like the one thing Side was upset by. Why on earth isn't he playing TCG with me?
Plans with other friends. Excuses. All of them. Are we not his best friends in all of Sumeru City?
What makes you think I know him? The fact that he's always following me around and asking for a closer look at my hat? We've barely spoken before. The first time we met, he came up and asked me if I was Hat Guy. Last time I checked, judging someone by their appearance is superficial.
Oh my god, Vaughn.
Somehow, everyone knows the name Hat Guy now.
No. And he's just upset that he's like, don't be judging me by my freaking hat. Okay?
Oh, you mean the new arrival?
The new arrival?
Yes. Didn't he show up at the perfect time? I still don't know which darshan he belongs to, but I seem to run into him all the time these days. Out in the streets, in the shops, at
So he's going around everywhere. This is his personality now. He wants to expand. He wants to learn more. He wants to make new friends. That's so
It's like
sweet.
he's everywhere at once. The way he nods his head when he talks, it's like, oh, I don't know, like a little puppy, yes? Eloquent young fellow, too.
Yeah?
Seems like a good egg. Anyway, are you acquainted with him?
Yeah.
You must encourage him to enroll in my classes. Tell him Madame Farazan will take good care
This
of him.
is so sweet. And it's actually so, again, he's going around the place making new friends.
Pretty interesting guy. He's like a distant cousin of Sino's. Really easy to get along with.
Yeah?
Last time he visited us in Gandarvaville, he insisted on showing off his tent pitching skills and had a fishing competition with Sino.
So nice.
Kale got really upset because she thought there was nothing for her to do anymore.
No, Sethos, please find her something to do right now. I swear to God, please do it right
The sons and
now.
daughters of King Deshret are a proud people, and he is no exception. I have heard his tale of Hermanubis' glory dwelling within a worthy vessel. I also understand he has been active in Sumeru City recently.
That's so funny that the main story that everyone's bringing is that he is constantly going around being so active in the city. That's so
Apparently
adorable.
He's spoken to Sino and other friends of his plans to visit our village. I look forward to hosting him.
Oh yeah, I only found out about him being from the Temple of Silence recently too. Oh, sorry, no. I'm no expert in mysterious organizations like that. Seen him a few times in the desert though. He's very down to earth.
He talks highly of you
Once,
too.
when my guys got into some trouble in the desert, he was kind enough to share his drinking water with them.
Very sweet.
Nice guy.
People say Sethos is good at keeping himself amused. He certainly seems pretty cheerful. But he takes his work very seriously. Although I don't know how accurate work is. I think he sees his role at the Temple of Silence as more of a kind of duty.
Yes, for sure.
Anyway, if you ever find yourself needing assistance in the desert, I'm sure he'd be a good person to go to.
It's actually amazing how highly they talk of him now. And look at this picture as well; it's very sweet. Also, they talk about him very highly, which like makes sense. But I just love the idea that he is he's now going like from place to place, trying to expand his knowledge, expand his friendship, talk to more people. It's a very sweet thing that he's doing because like you don't need to, right? Like he doesn't need to do this stuff. but it is unbelievably sweet that he is. And like we got that idea from him towards the end, is like he wanted to find himself, and like if he wanted to compare himself to Sino, which like I think like in this case, you know, sometimes comparing yourself to someone else can be a very dangerous thing, but in this sense, I think, you know, looking at Sino's life and getting some inspiration from that is not a bad thing, to find yourself outside of who you are as like a warrior. And we see from these lines that he is like talking to everybody, getting to know everybody. And Sino's not the jealous type to be like, you know, he'll share his friends, and he has been sharing his friends, and that's really cool to see as well. I think that Sethos is a character, as I said, like I grew to appreciate him a lot, Visas, as you were saying. I went from being like, I'm not sure about this guy, he kind of scares me, to doing a 180 and just like really just falling in love with him. And all these voice lines really reaffirm why he's so amazing, is that he is someone who does appreciate life and does want to learn more, and is very different from the past people in Temple of Silence. He's someone who is constantly expanding his ideals, which you can appreciate so much, and everyone sees that. All the other characters see that, and they see he is a very open person who is constantly around Sumeru City now, which is also very nice. Very, very sweet to find out as well. Thank you so much for sending in, Visas. That was really cool to see, to learn more about his character. There's obviously like a lot of voice lines there, so sorry if I missed some stuff, but like it's just the way things go. Like, you know, lines are going by so fast as well. But I appreciate you sending it in 100%. Thank you, Visas. The next video is sent in by Victoria. And Victoria says, if you ever visit the US, I think one of the foods you have to try, though there are a lot of confusion over the biscuit part of the UK. So it's biscuits and gravy, basics with Babish. I heard of biscuits and gravy before. Biscuits in the UK and Ireland is like any type of like treat, like a cookie. Like you think in America it's called a cookie. For example, like over there you call like even like chocolate biscuits like a cookie. You call like anything that's like, you know, I guess like anything that's like a biscuit over here is like a cookie over there. Like shortbread would be a cookie to you guys. Star cookies, you know, all this stuff, like they would be biscuits to us. Which is very interesting as well. So biscuits and gravy basics with Babish. Let's check it out. And like I think we saw one of these before, and they're always like very, very interesting, I suppose. Because it's when I say interesting, it's like it's very different from what I do see from cooking shows. It's more about like, I guess, like the actual like getting it done and showing what it's like to get it done, rather than like the aesthetics sometimes of it. Even though there is like some aesthetically pleasing stuff as well here. Oh my god. Basics with Babish, and it's a basic food. Episode 99, almost 100. Episode 100 was cooking my favorite
so
food.
Let's start off with a super simple biscuits and gravy, and when I say simple, I mean you can make the whole thing front to back in less than 30 minutes. For the biscuits, we're making cream biscuits, which means combining 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, ½ teaspoon baking soda, and ½ teaspoon kosher salt. Thoroughly tiny whisking to ensure homogeneity before adding the sole liquid ingredient, 1½ cups of heavy cream. Then we're going to give this mixture a gentle but thorough paddling. We want to make sure that everything's evenly combined, but we don't want to overmix, which will result in gluten development, which will result in tough
You want those tough biscuits.
Your rubber spatula is going to become useless, and you're going to want to knead this by hand for about a minute, just until you have a smooth
I could do this. I could definitely try and do this. This would be fun.
Then no lazing about. This guy's immediately getting rolled out on a generously floured work surface. You can make them on the thicker or thinner side, but generally we're shooting for a thickness of about ½ to ¼ inch. And look at that, mine rolled out into a heart, which, fun fact, is where your biscuits and gravy ends up. Anyway, we are utilizing
in the heart
and fluted biscuit cutter to cut ourselves some 2½ inch fluted biscuits.
Okay.
Spaciously arranging them on a
and they're gonna
baking
raise
sheet as we go. Then we're popping these into a preheated 375-degree Fahrenheit oven for 15 to 20 minutes.
Can I be honest? I'm more interested in the idea what the gravy is, because like when I say gravy, I think of like beef gravy, right? So I don't know what the gravy is going to look like.
Brushed down with butter. I'm also going to sprinkle these with some flaky finishing salt for a nice added salty crunch.
Ooh.
And there you have it, the easiest biscuits in the world.
That's so
now
simple.
The easiest sausage gravy in the world.
Sausage gravy?
About ½ pound of breakfast sausage out of their casings and into a preheated high-walled saucepan. Breaking up as we brown them, utilizing a potato masher if we gotta.
That sounds so cool.
Through, it's time to make our gravy. Your breakfast sausage might have given up some fat, but it ain't enough. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of butter. You might need more or less, but you're shooting for about 2 tablespoons worth of fat in the pan. The counterpart to the 2 tablespoons of flour that we're going to sprinkle over everything. Mix that around and cook it over medium heat for about 1 minute until it forms a blonde, pasty roux.
It looks good good already.
To thicken 1 cup
of milk.
Whisk constantly and add it a little splash at a time, waiting until the mixture is smooth before adding any more. This is going to prevent a lumpy gravy. Once all the milk is added, we're bringing to a simmer and cooking for 2 to 3 minutes over medium-low heat until the desired thick gravy-like consistency is achieved. We're seasoning to taste with kosher salt and
This is so interesting. I've never seen gravy made this way. Like usually like a gravy that I've ever had over here, I understand there's different types of gravy, but it's usually like brown.
Breakfast sausages.
Usually
then
brown.
We're grabbing our still toasty warm biscuits, stacking them up on a plate, and smothering them in our steaming hot sausage gravy. And there you have it, friends, the easiest biscuits and gravy in the world. So easy that you could make them in half an hour, first thing in the morning, before you've had your coffee, with a hangover. But it doesn't taste quick. It tastes very, very homemade. About as good, if not better, than
That sounds, I'm going to try this. I'm definitely going to try this.
Spoon. I would induct it into the Clean Plate Club, but I'm trying to save room for our next batch, the advanced version that starts with making our own breakfast sausage. You know, I wish that there was a YouTube
no,
channel
not advanced.
A guy that
I definitely might try and make
anything
that one this week, the biscuits and gravy.
Mustache and a voice like Peter Griffin, but sadly no such YouTube channel exists. Anywho, for our breakfast sausage, we've got 3 pounds of fatty pork butt, which we're going to trim and cut into
good.
1-inch
Looks really good.
cubes. And then to bring some smoky bacon flavor, how about some bacon?
Yeah, how about some
1 pound
bacon?
of real thick
That's
cut
thick
stuff
as
here
heck,
that
dude.
I'm
Where
likewise
you get
going
that
to
thick
slice into
bacon from?
1-inch pieces. Then I'm going to toss everybody together, sort of like a pork salad, and start spacing
pork
everybody
salad?
out evenly on a parchment-lined baking sheet. We don't want them to be touching too much or to be too crowded, so why don't we make it 2 parchment-lined baking sheets? Which is headed into the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes or until firm around the edges. This is going to make the meat easier to grind, as will a fully frozen meat grinder. Keep all your metal parts stowed in the deep
I definitely
freeze
do
for
not
at
have a
least
meat
30
grinder.
minutes before commencing to grinding. I'm using a relatively coarse grinding plate because I want a sausage with a little bit of texture to it. Once everything is assembled and functioning according to manufacturer specifications, it's
Crazy
time to
though.
grind. You want to try to be putting a consistent amount of bacon.
This always
in
makes me
with
feel
the
weird. I can never do it.
pork. This
You know,
will
I don't know what
ensure
it
that
is.
evenly distributed throughout the sausage. Now I made this huge.
They're like
recipe
gummy
because
worms.
Breakfast sausage freezes
If
very
gummy worms
well.
are made of
But for all
meat.
the seasonings, I'm going to describe them to you per pound of pork. So if you just want to go to the grocery store and grab a pound of ground pork, you can do that and it'll work just fine. So I
Yeah,
got-
that's probably what I would do as well. When I was thinking about this, like my local supermarket has just like ground sausage meat, or just has sausage meat like this, like with outside its casing. So that would be probably the way I
all
would
the
go
ground pork
personally.
spread out on a rimmed baking sheet. And now per pound of meat, I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons fresh sage, 1 teaspoon fresh rosemary, 1 teaspoon fresh thyme, 1 teaspoon light brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder,
Oh, wow.
an optional 1/4 teaspoon red pepper flake,
Yes.
1/8 of a teaspoon freshly grated nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon ground fennel, 1 teaspoon kosher salt, and 3/4 of a teaspoon freshly ground black pepper. Sprinkled as evenly as possible over the meat, and then, using gloved hands, mixing until homogeneous. Now I am making a huge batch here, but raw breakfast sausage does freeze beautifully.
Yeah,
Thus,
no,
simplifying
yeah, I can
future
imagine you could,
batches of
yeah.
Biscuits and gravy should the mood strike you. But before we make any kind of anything, we need to test the sausage to make sure that it's well seasoned. As you can see, I'm putting way too much care into pressing out a patty for some reason, which I'm going to fry up with a little bit of butter so I can taste the sausage and make sure that everything's up to spec.
That's pretty
Might as well go ahead and plate it up.
good
nice.
idea. It looks amazing,
Tuck
though.
a napkin in under our chin. This is, after all, no ordinary sausage, and give it a taste just to make sure the getting's good. And if it's not, this is your chance to add more salt or herbs or whatever the sausage needs.
Makes sense.
And once your sausage needs are met, it's time to make biscuits, the best biscuits ever, courtesy of America's Test Kitchen. In a large bowl, we are combining 15 ounces of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 4 teaspoons baking powder, a half teaspoon baking soda, and 1.5 teaspoons kosher salt. Give them
So it's
a
the
tiny
same
whisk
so
until
far,
they
right?
are
Similarly at
homogeneous,
the
and
very
then
least?
From the freezer, we are retrieving 2 sticks or 8 ounces of fully frozen butter,
What?
which we're going to grate into the dry ingredients by virtue of the large holes of a cheese grater.
Yeah?
Give that a little toss, preferably with gloves on so you don't melt the butter,
Okay.
to make sure that every piece is coated in flour and that it's evenly distributed throughout before
Are you
making
still
a
putting
little
cream
dough
in?
and adding 1 1/4
Buttermilk?
cups of cold buttermilk. Then, using a rubber spatula, we're mixing everybody together until it just kind of comes together.
Just kinda,
into
yeah,
a
again.
shaggy ball of dough, which we're going to turn out onto a generously
Wow.
floured work surface and begin the process of lamination. That is, stretching and folding all the little pieces of butter, creating the desirable flaky layers in our end biscuits. Generously flouring everything, we are gently rolling this out to a rectangle about 12 by 9 inches. Then, using a bench scraper, we are folding it into thirds like a letter or informational pamphlet. Then we're
Informational, okay, good way of describing
rotating
it.
the dough 90 degrees and doing it all over again, a grand total of 5 times.
I do like that he put in the kind of like more advanced stuff as well for people that are much better, more inclined to try that
Not
stuff
only
as
is
well.
this
I
gonna
don't bake
create
very
all those
often, so it's
wonderful
obviously,
layers of
you know,
butter, it's gonna
cool to
turn
see
our
this stuff.
dough into a soft pliable, workable pastry dough, which after its final fold, we're going to pat into a rectangle, wrap tightly in plastic wrap, and fridge for at least 30 minutes up to overnight. Side note, you can absolutely make this recipe in a food processor. Just process together all the dry stuff and use the shredding plate to quickly and conveniently dispense with your butter. From there, it's the exact same procedure.
Jesus Christ, man, there's a lot. There is a lot that goes into it, but like I think like step by step it gets easier. You know, it's like drawing. It's like, you know, don't think of it as the full drawing. Think of it as the steps, I suppose.
The next step is crucial if you want them to turn out right. As they say, sharp edges make for sharp biscuits. After this guy's stint in the fridge, he's being generously floured and rolled out into a rectangle about 10 by 6 inches, which, and this is the important part, we're going to use our sharpest blade to make clean cuts.
That's a beautiful
First
blade.
off the edges and then cutting into 6.
It actually looks good
biscuits.
already.
Any pinching
looks like
or
a potato
crappy
farro.
cutting and your biscuits won't rise as well or as evenly. So don't pick them up with your grubby fingers. Use a spatula or a bench scraper to make sure that you don't pinch the edges. Then these guys are all getting a thorough pre-baked brushing of melted butter and a sprinkling of finishing salt before placing into.
That's gonna taste so freaking good. They're gonna look so good, aren't they?
20 to 25
Show me.
until doubled in height.
Oh,
damn! And triumphant. We're gonna let these
damn.
guys cool off slightly while we make our sausage gravy. Into the same large saucepan goes about a pound of our homemade sausage, which we're gonna cook and mash over
This
medium
just
high
sounds so
heat until it's
amazing.
lightly browned and cooked through. Then we're lowering the heat and adding an optional tablespoon of freshly chopped sage, butter if necessary, and the usual 2
There's so much
tablespoons
butter.
of flour to make our paste.
But that usually is what makes things taste very good. Just adding butter to it.
For about a minute before slowly adding 1 cup of milk. Adding in little splashes and whisking constantly so as to prevent lumps, and then cooking for 2 to 3 minutes until the desired consistency is achieved. Season to taste with kosher salt and freshly ground
That
pepper,
sounds
and I
amazing.
like to add just a little freshly grated nutmeg. It always plays nice in a white sauce, not to mention with pork and fresh herbs. Once that's all done and seasoned to your liking, it's time to serve.
No, I have
You
to
can
try
just
and
pour
make
this
these.
straight over your biscuit, but I kind of like to break mine in half like a Pillsbury.
Biscuits
graham.
are scones, right? Are they similar to scones, I think, of how you make them? So maybe like you could do
Pile
gravies
the
and
sausage
scones as
gravy
well.
high on the bottom half
The
and
scones
top
are a
it
little
with the
sweeter,
top
maybe.
half. Almost like a hilarious sandwich that
Rather
can
than
only be
salty.
eaten with a fork and knife. And to that end, let's dig in. And I know this is a very complicated iteration of what is normally a very simple recipe, but your effort will
I mean, it's
pay
nice to show the
dividends.
complicated version
It's
as well. It
spicy,
is.
It's herby, it's smoky, it's porky. The biscuit is rich and flaky, and come on, Clean Plate Club for sure. I'm glad I saved room.
No, very cool. I like the idea of, like, again, like I said, showing the more crazier version as well, along with the kind of easier version also, because like it makes for like a you know, for people like here's the thing. I'm not saying that, like, you know, I can't cook the second one, because I think you could, especially with the steps that he laid out. It actually seems like more simple than you'd expect. But I think it's also a case of like some people might just want to try making the first one. I think that's what I'm probably going to try this week. Maybe I'll share some pictures with you guys next week in Rome Reacts if I do try it out, because who knows, maybe come the weekend I might not try it out. You never know. But if I do, I'll share some pictures with you. Yeah, I like these videos. I like cooking videos. I love seeing people you know, cook some dishes, especially since like cooking is like something I like to do. Obviously, like, you know, for me, like one of the most satisfying things about cooking is not just like the food. Like, I know it sounds weird. It's like, yes, the food tasting good is an amazing thing. Oh my God, it's so good. But I love as well afterwards when you clean everything and you look around, you're like, wow, look at this full achievement, because cleaning is a part of it as well. Like, yeah, no, this is a really cool video, and it looks too delicious even for words at this stage as well. It looks too delicious. And I guess the difference between a scone and like a biscuit is like one's kind of savory and one can kind of be sweet, I suppose, is the way we look at it. But the gravy is something I didn't even expect. Like, I want to make that. I want to make that sausage gravy, like the lumpy sausage gravy. It looks so freaking good. Thank you so much, Victoria, for sending it in. It's always cool seeing some lovely dishes in these type of videos. The next video is sent in by Fizzle, and it is the HoYo Fair 2025. It says 96. Let's check it out. Is that Ether? I think so. Is that Yoimiko? And that's Zinc Show. You can notice the hair from anywhere, right? The mask. And all the yokai possibly as well. Oh my God. Is that Ether is like an animal? Ayato? And Ayaka? So pretty. Is that Yoimiya? No, that's no, it's Yoimiya. And I thought that was Kokomi for a second, but it's Kazuha. Holy hell, these characters look stunning. They look absolutely stunning. Wow. Very cool music changes. No, some of this stuff is just so freaking cool as well, like. And the quiet part of it as well. Oh, the moon. Everything's so freaking pretty. Sorry, you look awesome. This is so, like the designs of these characters are so freaking gorgeous. They really are. Who are you hooking into? Oh my god, poor little Ethan hooking into Sarah like that. That's adorable. Ayaka again. Stunning character. Stunning character already, right? Oh my god, look at Inazuma. I choose for myself. Oh my god, yeah, I was thinking Yoimiya right away when the fireworks went off. The tattoos on Yoimiya are really cool, or are they just like artwork or paintwork? We're so adorable in that boat. It's a really like powerful song as well, right? It's really powerful. And there she is, Kokomi. Oh my god. Looks like a freaking like ethereal like angel, right? Like even in the, especially when she's near water, it's like it's almost like that's her setting. Yeah, for sure. So there's something so like, even like the, oh my god, is that Vaughn? It is. Beautiful. So again, depicting the eyes is so important when it comes to Vaughn. It's so important. And there it is. They have it. They have it so, like, I don't know how to describe it too well, but like they have it down so well. There's like there's always like, even when he's smiling, there's a sadness in his eyes. And there she is again. And then we're back again. It's like we touched a yokai or like a yokai spirit and we became like a yokai ourselves. The kitsune mask is what I should say. Yeah, it was the kitsune mask. I was just thinking of touching the yokai thing, yeah. I'd be putting it on again. I need to see it again. I need to see all the outfits. Is that the end of the video? I think it is. Really beautiful stuff. Like I love seeing like a lot of like the character designs that they choose for different characters, but also like how beautiful, like how the aesthetics are beautiful. The music is really powerful as well. It's always, as you know, it's one of my favorite things seeing characters in different designs. And in that sense, we got to see so many of our favorite characters just like dressed in different ways. And not only that, but like we saw them kind of like in a very dramatic in the best way possible, right? It was a very dramatic kind of like it fit the song, a very powerful feeling. Like every time we saw every character, it was like kind of like reinvigorating me as I saw them. Really cute as well at times also. I love seeing Vaughn. Vaughn is probably one of my favorite designs in the game as well. But like as well, like with Kokomi, she looked like like you said, she looked like an angel. Whenever you put her near water, it's just her thing. It's like she owns the waters herself. So like I always appreciate people like showing off stuff like that as well in these types of videos. But you guys know like I'm a big fan of videos like this, and I'm a big fan of seeing videos like this where they're like in a different world, I suppose. But it's very similar to the Inazuma world. It's like if everyone lived in Inazuma their whole lives as well. I like the long hair in Ether as well. It looked really, really good. Thank you so much for sending, Fizzle. That was awesome to hear. The next video is sent in by, I always have to open the iPad, would you believe, guys? I was trying to conserve power on the iPad, even though we can charge it, but like, you know, I'm always like closing and open it back up again. This next video is sent in by Minu. I've already sent a Furina song from, is this the right song? Oh, it is. I've already sent a Furina song from Hala CG. Now it's time for the Arlecchino song. Let's check out Arlecchino's song, Far From Heaven. Very interesting character.
Listen
Oh my god, Claire V. And Baby Nave. The lyrics are on the screen, by the way. This is such a sad story, and like how much it endeared us to the Knave is insane too. Oh my god. Oh my god, that lyric. I will do what I can so everything is good for Linnea as he becomes the leader. Like, it's just a mad amount of care through like her very like almost like beautifully loving and almost like dangerous love as well, like, you know. We're far from heaven. It's like, oh my god, we're already far from heaven. It really seems like it's a song about like how like it's like we're already like so far removed from like the whatever you consider to be the good side, right? We're just ourselves. But she's also talking about like, you know, moving on. So that is like, I feel like it's almost like singing directly to the ones who will come after her as well. In praise of shadows. Oh my god, then the teaser as well, the character teaser. Interesting. And then reflecting you as a face long ago, and then they cut to the children as well, which I feel like that could be like related to that too, where it's like, yeah, you used to be like, you know, innocent. I used to be innocent at 1.2. I love the line "we're far from heaven" because it perfectly describes everything that's going on in Arlecchino's story. And like, you'll learn, right? It's like, hey, it's like you learn at some stage. And I feel like that was like the message in that story quest as well, which is like, you're going to have to learn, like, this is the stuff that happens. It's not easy. Really beautiful vocals here as well, right? Really stunning. What was that line? Casting shadows on the... So the lights are dancing when they're casting a shadow on the chains. Oh my god. No, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. And there's Barbara. No, it's very powerful. By the way, that's a joke that because I got it wrong last week. But no, like, very, very powerful song. Look at all these patrons deserved. Whoa. I think that song really like sums up a lot of like, you know, the Arlecchino story, and I really like that they like brought in the idea where it's like we're not like you need to understand that we are not like normal. We're not this like good organization. Like all, and even like talking about like looking at the kids and saying like how everything's like reflecting them as well. But even I just thought like as well, like the song, even besides the lyrics, which they really fit her story as well. I really feel like one of the things I really loved about the vocals is that it really felt like they were like a struggling, not as strong because it was very effortless, but you know what I mean? Like the vocals are very like passionate and it feels like they're fighting something in a way. It's like talking about like different like paths that they had to follow and how different paths you will have to follow. It almost feels like in some ways like it's a song towards like all the kids that are gonna be left behind as well. You know, I'm not gonna be around forever. Eventually my flames will die. And like even talking about like the past where like Claire V and like what she had to go through as well. At one point I was innocent. But yeah, the vocals as well to me fit the song so perfectly. They really did sound like someone who was like weeping but also trying to like really express who they were. I love the idea of like I'll do what I must, like almost to make sure that every single person like after me has a better life. I think that's what they're doing. And I think we talked about how like the Knave has like the way that they look at things is that they are the best choice. Maybe they don't look at this, but I look at this way. They are the best thing that could happen to the House of the Hearth currently. Obviously, you could say there's better things in the future, but right now they're the best father and the best leader the House of the Heart could have. But the Knave, and in this song, it's kind of expressing that way too. Like, I'll make sure everything's better after I'm gone as well. It's like, even the Knave kind of knows that Linny's going to be like an even better leader in a lot of ways once they learn. And I feel like the Knave understands that perfectly. But the Knave also wants them to understand, hey, this stuff is serious. This stuff is really terrifying. And after I'm gone, you have to understand we're not, like, you know, far from heaven. We're not this good organization. You can't just treat it as a good organization. I wonder if that's what they're trying to say with the flames dying down as well. It's a really, really cool song and a really, really beautiful song and a very powerful vocal performance as well. Thank you so much for sending me, New. It was really, really cool to see, especially since now we're getting to know this character even more. We're getting to know this character even more. Did I say ignore? Because the next line says ignore in the Roman Reacts thing that I was looking at there. But yeah, thank you so much. It's a character we're getting to know even more, which is always very, very super cool that we get to see. So, because I feel like these songs reaffirm a lot of the love I have for them or a lot of the appreciation I have for them and fits these characters very, very well as well, in my opinion. Thank you, Minu. Eopsy says, ignore this if you've already seen it, but it's the Clorinde character demo. Have we seen it? I don't know. Again, I watched so many demos that sometimes, you know, last week I made a mistake where I thought we had the teaser in the video and I was so worried I clickbaited people. I was actually very upset. And I made a different video because I was worried I clickbaited people. And I don't ever would ever intentionally clickbait people, you know what I mean? Let's check this out. HoYo voice. I don't think we have seen this. I don't think we have. Because usually we wait after the story quest, right? To do the demos. Oh wow, one of these guys. Clorinde is such like a pretty character, but also like her design has just always been impeccable to me. Like I always said, it reminds me of a Bloodborne character in a way.
Calculate distance.
No way.
Correct for
from that
speed
distance?
and humidity. Ready. Next breathing cycle, fire a non-lethal shot.
What? You know how to do this? And she's not even phased. She's not even freaking phased. Look at that. Like, she's so cool. She is like I think she's based on like Lady Maria, which is so sick. And the music as well. Like, it's very interesting. Like, it's very like it's not what I would expect, but I guess like sometimes you don't know what to expect with the music. Because it has the very like aggressiveness of like a rock song, right? Or like a very like heavy rock song with like the very like almost like opera style or classical music style, which like feels like it's a controlled aggression maybe is what we're looking at here. When it comes to her moveset, it's like in a controlled aggression, the Counterblade Shadowhunter maybe. Maybe that's what I could be just like reading too much into the music style of it. So cool. Look, even that shot again, I know it's just like, you know, like her turning around, but like there's something like, especially with like the like right after the look, what's Her moveset, which is sick, by the way. Showing the gun, and then just like pan down, moves around, moves up, up. Look, it's so freaking cool. So freaking cool. Look at this shot. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I'm sorry I keep skipping back, but like it's so well shot. They really make her look so imposing, like, cause she is. She's a very imposing figure if you're ever near her, like she is. What do you see? Oh my god! Through the freaking trees.
These are my hunting grounds. Struggle all you want. I always catch my
dude, run. Kaleidoscope, and oh my god.
Shoot on sight.
Legit, such a cool character.
Hunters who fought to bring
I'm sorry, but that whole thing was amazing.
Someone needs to keep them sharp at all times.
And it shows like how, oh my freaking god, having the freaking crystal butterfly on the sword as well shows how gentle she is too with things that deserve gentleness. So freaking cool.
Is complete.
So freaking cool. Like legitimately one of the coolest things. Like again, because she is that type of character. She's gentle, but she's tough. She is imposing, but she's someone like everyone loves to be around as well. She is that character. She's always been that character. And I think that showed it off really well. The music mixed with it kind of had a very classical tone with that kind of aggression in it. The way she like moved around the place. Again, she's imposing. She's terrifying. Like this isn't like a thing where like they tried to like, you know, make her to downplay her. Even in her own story quest, they talk about how she is just terrifyingly tough. She could destroy anything she wanted to. Well, not anything, but you know what I mean. There's a reason why she was able to stand shoulder to shoulder with Rio and even like in a bigger sense, Nervalette, because standing shoulder to shoulder with Rio, they're both vision users. She was standing right beside like Nervalette, who's considered one of the most powerful people in the whole entire Fontaine, maybe the whole entire world, and like they were seen as equals. All of them, obviously not as equal in power, but like there was no like downplaying what she's like. Like her and Rio were both standing side by side with Nervalette, both incredibly tough, incredibly powerful. I think sometimes we can forget that because she isn't as like in the forefront of the stories as other people, but she is an incredibly imposing character, and I think they did a really good job of showing that too. Thank you so much for sending that in as well, because I really feel like it really shows off like how as a character we don't often see those aspects because she's not in the forefront, but when we do, this is her time to shine, right? And we saw in her story quest as well. She is gentle, she's tough, she's kind, she's scary. She's all those things in one, and she can all be all those things in one. Eopsy, thank you so much for sending in. That is so appreciated seeing this. And I can see why this is one of your favorites for sure. For sure. Thank you. The next video is sent in by Primo Hiko, and it's Furina fan musical. This series contains 4 episodes, and I'm sending you in the first. So this is Furina Alive episode 1. This sounds really freaking cool. We love Furina. We love a musical. Let's check it out.
Once upon a time, there lived a young woman named Furina.
Nice aesthetics already.
Know her. She played
Great
the
style.
role of an Archon for 500 years. Even after stepping down from
This is
that role,
gorgeous.
some nights, her painful past would haunt her dreams. I mean, take a look. That's traumatic.
Yes. Yes.
These days, Furina wakes up every
This is by the way, it's a HoYo Fair video, but I imagine it's yeah, they're gonna have credits, but whoever it's by, you get it.
Why don't I let her tell
You get it. Beautiful home though, right? Oh, there's a sweet cake. Oh my god! This is so nice. That is like next level songwriting, song production here. It's something I would actually listen to. This part here. Go. Glow. That's so good. That's so good. Oh my god, that's adorable. Still looking for that new connection, right? This is probably pre-plays and stuff, right? Oh, looking at Foslore as well. Oh, there she is. She's doing it great. Oh my god, the vocals are so pretty. The vocals are so pretty. Great, and the way the transition. Clorinde looks amazing too. Look at it. When I say look at it, I mean the whole thing. I don't mean look at it as in Clorinde. That sounded so wrong. Look at it. Look at Clorinde. I mean look at the whole thing. Like what they're doing here. I just phrased that wrong. I'm so sorry, guys. I would never call Clorinde it. Unless you asked me to. Yeah? Oh, look at them eating the biscuits. I love the Melazines. Hey, go for a shop. The music is, the vocals are so good. The animation is so good. The style is so good.
When do you want to feel alive?
Wait.
It could occur at
Is that Mona?
Not in the mood for fortune telling right now, but thanks.
I do like the idea of the song where it's talking about the idea of I'm doing all this stuff that like is very human, but when am I gonna get that feeling that everyone says I'm gonna get, right?
Wow, so jaded.
So jaded?
But I guess that's what happens when you pretend to be someone else for 5
Let's not take that lightly.
years.
Let's not take that lightly.
How did you? I know things. For example, that you're like on the outside, but really you're on the inside.
Great portrayal of this as well, the artwork.
Use the Vida potion.
Vida potion?
Find an alchemist named Albedo.
What?
Ask for the Vida potion. It'll make you feel more alive.
Oh my god, it's all she's been asking for is all Albedo. She's gonna find Albedo?
Song and dance just might help me break my trance or enhance my circumstance. I'll take that chance. And then I'll be more.
And she's going for it. Because again, she believes this will help. This is so freaking nice, man. I gotta skip it back again. I'm sorry, I keep skipping back just because like these transitions are amazing in from the different parts of the song. So pretty, because this is like a musical. That's what we want. Oh my god. And there's Albedo! And Chenny Vale! This is such a good song. The vocalist is incredible too, but this is such a good song. The way it's all composed. You got this. You got this. There's oh my god. There's the Wang Shuin. There wasn't even like, I guess I'll look back here to see like if there's because this is if there's like the name of the singer maybe. There is. It's all in the description. I will have the video in the description, guys. You can check that out as well. I'm not that I'm saying that it has to like because it's their video they created. And it's HoYo Fair as well. I guess so. Like I'm not saying that. It's just that, like I wanted to literally just say to the creator like you get it, you get it. So script, music, and lyrics is by Marcus and Kim. Marcus Perchins, Bajari, and Kim Ji Young. You guys get it. You get Furina. And I thank you so much for understanding that so much. You're amazing. This is a beautiful video, a beautiful musical. It really felt like a musical, like the artistry of it, the style of it. It all felt like something that I could really like watch, and you could see a full movie of this, like a full hour-long musical of this on like any like, you know, this is the stuff I'd stop to watch on TV when I was a kid and be absolutely amazed by this stuff. Yeah, the artwork is beautiful. I love how they use some of the other characters in this as well. And it's actually a really unbelievably well-composed song as well. It sounds like it is a song from music, having everyone join in, showing all the different set pieces. And of course, it's something that is very like, you know, to Furina. It's Furina's character, which is also a really cool thing to see as well. Absolutely beautiful. Like the colors are beautiful. The music was really well composed. We love seeing Furina in this sense as well. Great. It's really great stuff, Prima Hiko. Thank you so much for sending in. Rather musical week this week. It's so musical this week, and it's amazing. This is Cat Sit, by the way. 4.5 hour video of Remuria Quest. Now, do you see why Genshin players joke that HoYo music company that sometimes make games? It makes sense. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you've seen, but Genshin now has a permanent rhythm game mode for tunes from the game's OST. It's like a card game and the teapot. Something players could do on the side anyways. Figured people here probably are familiar with the instruments in the Western orchestra. So here's a video introducing some of the instruments commonly seen in the Chinese orchestras with a bit of lion dancing at the beginning. This is the sound of China. Let's check it out. Thank you, Katsit. Oh my god. They are like, it's so funny because we know their suits, but they're so impressive. Because they actually do have this like very mythical nature to them, right? When they like lift up their heads and all this stuff. 7000 BC. Wow. This is the Hong Kong Orchestra, okay. So nice. And like, I love an instrument like this that is just like very small and look, like to the naked eye wouldn't even look like an instrument. So it's a yun? And it's just it's a little clay woodwind instrument. Buy in, okay. Gorgeous. Okay, so the 5-tone scale is the 5 elements of Chinese philosophy. I didn't know that at all. Earth, metal, wood, fire, and water. And that's like a silk bowed string called eru. Oh my god, that looks so intricate. How high can you go with that? A traditional sheng, category gourd and woodwind, so it's another gourd. Oh, you can see at the end it kind of is, I suppose. Or is that brass? And this is like a flute of some kind? So it's a bamboo wood and it's a dizzy. Okay, dizzy? This sounds so beautiful. Like you like I know it sounds like maybe we would say you could fall asleep to a lot of them. They sound so beautiful. Oh my god, it sounds so good. And it's a pipa or pipa? And it's a silk plucked stringed instrument. Nice, beating the drums here, Zoe. Very cool. It almost gets your heart drumming beats, right? So interesting. A Biangxing? They're such interesting instruments, right? And this one too, it's like it's like a wood instrument as well. The large Chinese instrument is a baizhang. 26 bells. It is gigantic, right? And imagine it takes a lot of effort to make one of these. Here's music using a set of 12 bells. Wait, it's over? The videos fly by. They fly by in this stuff. I really feel like we were watching a video and then like all of a sudden like we're at the end when it comes to Roma Reacts. Like it's just like you're like kind of I'm sitting there kind of mesmerized and then it gets to the end. That was awesome. It was really awesome learning the history of some stuff as well, but also seeing the different instruments that I never seen before. And also like there's some sounds, if you want to relate it to Genshin a little bit, that I was hearing there. I was like, oh yeah, like that sounds like something in Genshin that we'd hear. You know, like that sounds like something you'd hear in Liyue. Really beautiful stuff that they put in here as well. I just love learning about like musical instruments and like stuff that I don't know about. I love seeing new things. it's always very, very cool to see, honestly. And I feel like with this as well, like it's people that take their craft very seriously and let us in on this stuff here that really like lets me expand my mind when it comes to stuff. Because then, like, you know, later on, like obviously like you're not going to use this in everyday life, but it is, no matter what, like information in general and learning about different cultures is fun just from the beginning, which is you guys always saying you want to hear Irish folklore as well. And we might do a reading of an Irish story at some point with you guys as well, just to hear out stuff. And maybe I'll talk about some Irish instruments, maybe. But I really love learning about other people's culture. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So thank you so much for sending in, Katsith. Thank you so much for watching Roman Reacts today, guys. Thank you so much for supporting this series as always. It's you know, this is a long one, but usually this is about like, you know, people finding the videos they want to watch as well. I want to say thank you so much to Tyfarer 2, Jamie Bull, Jonathan Banana, The Ghost of Miyazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuld, Radish, Anusta, Malcolm Condé, Defrap, Lynx Markey, Yassassin, Jared Bianum, Ruben, and brand new patron, by the way, Ruben, and Eopsy. And I'll thank you all so much and see you all in the future. Bye bye.